From the Ingle studio,
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
the Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dogs eat! Let them on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh my God. The Jets killed him.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. It is a
Football Friday!
That it is. It is, wow, it is, it's all sinking in, right? It's all feeling actually real because we've had a week of the NFL. We got a couple of weeks of college football under our belt. We got the Living the Dream Tour is rolling on and ready for game day tomorrow down in Columbia, South Carolina.
You ready for a doubleheader, Tank? You walked in a little worse for the wear about 10:45 this morning.
I am. Look, you get the little slow start to the day. I got to get the ticker up to speed, because she's been on rocky ground for the last couple of years. Once you get that thing rolling, though, it's time to go.
That's why I drink Monsters. Mine needs a little flick sometimes.
Welcome into the program here, and we start off once again with a special guest in the studio with us. Jeremy, would you like to introduce our member of the K-9 unit from the Asheville Police Department this week, the Underdogs?
So
pick.
This is not just a member of the K-9s. This is the head K-9, Scott Muse. I did not get your rank, that was on me.
We apologize.
It's senior police officer. For now,
Senior
but that
police
might
officer.
change soon. So.
We're rooting for you.
Yeah.
He did say that his dog is a little less angry than Bolo, who was here with Schmitty last week.
Yeah, he's easy going. He's a small guy, old guy. Good dude.
Right,
Well, Tank is obsessed now with getting one of these dogs to bite me. So
yes.
He's
it's
the
going to
one.
happen.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Jeremy brought up the torture ticket idea last week.
I didn't bring it up. They brought it up.
Well, actually, yeah, the members of the chat brought it up. And torture tickets are back, and I think Jeremy's going to have to wear that big old suit and have a dog latch onto his keister.
I don't love this idea. I haven't seen Muse. What's your dog's name?
Yago. His name's Yago.
Yago.
Yeah, see, Yago. That sounds a lot better than Bolo.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm a little biased because I heard Bolo in the back of the car, and Bolo sounded like Bolo needed a hug. I don't want Bolo biting me.
I think Bolo might be the boss of the torture tickets. We'll work our way up to Bolo because, as Officer Smitty told us last week, you don't want no piece of Bolo. He doesn't do stunts.
Yeah,
He's a big boy.
He don't mess around.
You can work up to Bolo.
Yeah.
I will not be working up to Bolo.
I think Bolo's 110 pounds.
So yeah, everybody who's interested in watching Jeremy waddle through our field in that big old suit, running from a dog, you're going to want to stay tuned to the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. Of course, we are heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. We are seen everywhere on the YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click that live video link, subscribe to the chat, and that's how you get into the chat, and you give us great ideas like torture tickets that lead to Jeremy getting bit by a dog. Kind of.
It's okay, Tank.
We don't want you to get hurt, but just a little pain maybe.
It's okay, Tank. Just always remember.
No pain, no gain.
Always remember when you come up with cute little ideas, I tend to win these more than you do.
That is true.
And I'm way meaner than you.
Yeah, I know you are. But you know what? I don't get very many wins against the Flostradamus. I mean, there's a reason you have that name. They don't call me that. So I got to take my wins when I can. And it was just a little extra spicy that I got to do it against the Raiders. Just felt good for me.
Thanks, Raiders.
So, underdogs here. We're going to pick some college games with our good friends at the Asheville Police Department K-9 unit throughout the season. And Officer Muse, you're a football fan, correct?
I'm a huge football fan.
And what would your college team be?
The Tennessee Vols.
The Tennessee Volunteers. It's weird how that name just keeps rolling around on this program here.
I think they're back.
It's almost like we should just...
I feel like Rocky Top is following me around. Muse, we are running a contest we shall say, of I am a Florida State fan. I'm a very sad Florida State fan. I am wearing my Florida State pullover today, though, to still show the love, which you will question at least once by the end of the show. But I'm in the fan transfer portal, and one of the 8 schools that I'm considering is Tennessee.
We'll welcome you aboard.
I like the colors, I like the song, and I like the spirit of the fans. They were lively in Charlotte last week.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh boy, they can just consume that creek water gets you prepared for just some aggressive tailgates.
I like the song. I like the passion of the fan base. I, as a Georgia fan, hate that color. And I can't wait till I'm surrounded by it. And just, you're going to make me wear it too, aren't you?
I might not, but we have.
But they're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They already think you.
Why do I smell like that's going to be a torture ticket for our appearance at Neyland Stadium later on this year? Well. All right. So, I mean, are you a bandwagon fan, or were you raised?
No, I've been a fan since I was probably 12 years old. I went down and went to my first game against Alabama, and they lost, and I didn't care. I was still a Tennessee fan through that and have been through the hard years and the good years. So I've been at it a long time. All
right. So we're going to test your college football acumen and ours as well. There's no pressure here because we're wrong more than probably we should be to be doing this job.
Unless you got a mouse in your pocket, there should be no way there.
I don't know. You've struggled the first couple of weeks with some of your picks, too. So
I didn't
you got to admit
night.
it's not the best of times to be picking.
You're only as good as your most recent pick, and my last one was the Buffalo Bills,
Banger.
and I went real hard in the paint on that one.
Yeah.
So I think I'm fine.
An absolute banger. All right. First game we'll get into. Let's go big here. We have to do this because, well, we're starting our weekend here. It's the LSU South Carolina game. You've got a top 25 team and an almost top 25 team in the South Carolina Gamecocks. Do you think things are changing, Officer Muse, for the Gamecocks?
I don't think so. They played Kentucky. It was terrible last week. There's just no chance here. I think the Tigers got this one.
Okay.
So in these segments when we do college, as Fridays are banger days, I have to play the Kirk Herbstreit role of I will give the analysis without a pick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in LSU as much as everybody else does. That's not to say that they won't win this game. It's not to say that I won't pick them to cover this game. I think this is a convergence of LSU's a little overrated. I think South Carolina was a little underrated before they played Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw the speed. Look, there's 21 transfers on this team. There are a lot of dudes. South Carolina, we don't even know how good they could be at this point. It's just very unproven. So if you go South Carolina, I feel like you have to step out on a ledge. LSU's the old hat. Brian Kelly still recovering from pounding his fist on that table. There's a reason we're going to this game, and it's because I think it might be the best game of the weekend.
It is going to be a dogfight, if you ask me. It's hard for me to believe in South Carolina either, right? I'm a Georgia fan. You're a Tennessee fan.
Yeah, we
know what South Carolina is. South Carolina's never been that team that's like, oh, we're afraid of these guys. I mean, until you get that random game.
That's true.
Until there's that random day in Williams-Brice Stadium where the heat's bearing down and the sandstorms are whipping, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a situation where you got to kick a field goal from the 30-yard line and your kicker poops his pants on national television. Sorry, that felt a little personal for me, and I apologize. Rodrigo Blankenship. I will never forget.
So Officer Muse, one of the first shows we ever did, I had integrated the betting things into the show. It was when Georgia played South Carolina, and Rodrigo Blankenship could not have hit the broadside of the ocean.
I remember that.
And over the course of the entire day, I kept asking, are you worried yet?
I'm not worried.
Because I had South Carolina plus, what was it, 21.5?
Yeah.
19.5? It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah. And every time South Carolina scored, I just kept asking, you worried yet?
This is the moment. This is the moment where if I were Lee Corso, I would be pulling out the Gamecock headdress here because I'm going South Carolina. Especially, I'm going outright. I'll take them against the number. I'm gonna put money on this because this is.
They do play good at home.
They do. They
They've
do
got
play
a
good
great
at home, and
environment.
they've got something to prove, right? They're a program that's on the rise. LSU, I don't want to say that they're a program on the downslope, but as far as momentum goes for this season, I think they're kind of crossing paths. As you said, these are two paths that are diverging here. That's why yesterday I said this is a very important game for Brian Kelly.
LSU has the best coach. I don't think that's even debatable.
I would agree with that.
South Carolina's at home. Now, the question is, who do I think has the better quarterback? And you'll have to wait until 2:55 today to see which song, if it's Neck or if it's Sandstorm, that we play in Bangers.
Appalachian State plays East Carolina. This is a North Carolina rivalry. Appalachian State is a program that has a lot of hype around it. I have been echoing a lot of experts who say that they are going to challenge, if not win, the Sun Belt Conference, possibly be in the run for that group of 5 highest-ranked champion at the end of the year to make the college football playoff. Taking on an East Carolina team that, Jeremy, you're very close to.
Fighting Mike Houston.
The Fighting Mike Houstons. What do you think of the Appalachian State program right now and their rise into like group of 5 supremacy, Officer Muse?
It's hard for me to pull for them because I went to Western Carolina University, and that old rivalry there, that's tough. But Apps, they're growing, and they've had a great team, and they've kind of got their name out there nationally. I think they're in a little bit of a down year this year, just a little bit. But I don't know if I can bet against them. I know it's a road game for them. I think they'll be focused, but that one's close. That's tough.
This date has, for us on the Living the Dream Tour, has been a lot of things. Originally, we were going to Appalachian State, East Carolina. Then we audibled that to Ole Miss, Wake Forest. Then it got audibled to LSU, South Carolina for us. I may be making a pick on this game in Bangers, so I will not give a pick here.
But tell us what you know.
I do agree with Officer Muse that I think this is a down year for Appalachian State. I think you saw it last week against Clemson. Clemson's down. That's not that's for me, it's not even debatable. They don't have much of a quarterback, and you somehow allowed them to score 66 points on you.
Yeah,
I didn't think FCS schools would let Clemson score 66 points on them.
That's a lot of points. I think ECU takes it. I think it's a tighter game than most people think, though. I think it'll be close.
I think agree on that.
Yeah, well, it's a 1.5 point spread.
Yeah.
Appalachian State lean here. And
I'm going to pick ECU on that just because it's at their place, and that big loss last week hurt them. It might have hurt their pride a little.
Yeah,
See.
it may have, but I think as much as Clemson had something to prove last week against a weaker opponent, but after they got dog walked in the first week, there's a little chip there.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like that's coming for Appalachian State. Like, they've got the talent, they've got the quarterback, and I don't know. It's what narrative wins out here. Is it going to be the more talented team on the road with something to prove, or is it going to be the home team looking to punch somebody in the mouth?
You got nothing to lose as a road team. You just got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm on Appalachian State.
It'll be close
to win this game. I mean, your team, the Tennessee Volunteers, they play Kent State.
Tennessee.
Yeah, that's hard not to pick.
Do you think that they're going to? You think that they're going to cover the 49-point spread?
They'll cover the spread.
I believe so.
They're crushing it.
You think so? Kent State, are they terrible?
Look, they left Nico Iamaleava in there up 44-10. I think Josh Heupel is out to prove a point, which is we can score.
Yeah, I think they pulled Nico at the half and let him rest.
Okay.
I kept hoping they would pull him last week. He should be sitting over there now, right?
I think they'll cover that spread by halftime.
Yeah,
and they'll just keep piling on.
Kent State's very, very, very bad.
Civil War game out on the West Coast. Oregon State. Do you care?
No.
Right, like, it's hard for me to care about West Coast football, and this is one of those that.
But this is not
Oregon.
This is West Coast by geographic location.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Mountain West team against a Big Ten team. This is not a Pac-12 rivalry anymore. The fact that they play in the same state, okay, so do South Carolina and the Citadel. Mm-hmm. Do I really care about that?
Well, I mean, is it that bad? Is the discrepancy between the two teams that bad, or is it Georgia? Or is it, I was going to say Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech's not, I don't think they're that much of a pushover. I think it's a little wider than that.
Oregon State lost a lot.
Yeah.
A lot in the offseason.
Right.
I have also picked this game in the bangers. There's a big narrative going on with Oregon that this team has been grossly overrated. I pulled some stats on that I will give you in the bangers that say that may not be true.
Yeah.
Sometimes bad things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not careful, you'll let that snow you into a 16.5-point spread.
Yes. Oregon outright, no doubt.
Definitely
16-point spread, though. They struggled with two inferior teams the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, it may be
And that
closer
makes
than
it
the spread,
intriguing.
but they're definitely going to win the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Now, Boston College and Missouri.
Are you just going down the bangers? Like, did you do this on purpose?
Well, look, the best games of the week are the best games of the week. And if I didn't pick the best games of the week, then we'd be sitting here talking about Texas A&M and Florida. And I don't think that – see, okay, then we'd be talking about Arkansas UAB, and nobody cares.
Okay, yeah, I do have a pick in Texas A&M, Florida, though.
Boston College and Missouri, top 25 matchup here. Missouri's at 6. Same thing as the South Carolina Gamecocks, Officer Muse. As an SEC guy, do we ever believe Missouri?
It's tough to believe Missouri, but I think they proved themselves last year. I think they got this game, and I think they've more than covered the spread on it. They went out right.
Mm-hmm.
They've just got more talent.
This is truly one of those games where the ACC is fixing to find out.
I think you're right.
Right.
I think they are.
Right, when the 6th best team or the 5th best team in the SEC.
It's the 6th best team in the country.
Right,
So.
but they're still the 5th best team in the SEC. That's kind of my point, is you're going to find out, the discrepancy is huge here, and I don't know that Bill O'Brien's scheming is going to save him.
I cannot give a lean either way because I picked this game later.
Mm-hmm.
I will just say this. Missouri is the hot ham and Swiss sandwich of college football. It's not sexy. Nobody gets excited about it. But damn, it's consistent. I've never had a bad hot ham and Swiss.
Mm-hmm.
And they are really, really, really consistent.
Mm-hmm.
They might be the most nondescript 11-2 team I've ever seen in my life. They were 11-2 last year.
Yep.
Won the Cotton Bowl.
Yep.
Nobody seems to remember that.
Nope. Because it wasn't impressive.
Because it
was impressive.
It's Missouri.
It was impressive in the fact that it wasn't flashy as you did it. That you did it underrated. That part is impressive.
Yes.
Well, maybe Eli Drinkwitz. I mean, this would be a big feather in his cap, in my opinion. Coaching
he's
wise,
a sneaky good coach.
If he can go in and outcoach Bill O'Brien, that's a pretty interesting situation for him to be in.
I think Eli is already viewed as you have established yourself. Now who is it that's going to steal you away?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have managed do you realize how long he's been at Missouri?
It's been
This made me feel old.
10 years?
No, he's been there 5 years.
Is that it?
This is his 5th year.
God,
10
it feels
years. Good
yeah.
Lord.
Look, my ears feel longer and longer every year.
Button, that was unsettling to say the least. He's coached close to here within the last 10 years.
I was thinking that was somewhere around 2015, 2014 that he was leaving NC State.
He left Appalachian State in 2019. He was at App State the year we started doing this show.
Mm-hmm. Really?
I think we need to get you a good therapist. So
I told you, I'm tired, boss.
We can talk. We need you to talk about your problems on couch.
Somebody asked me the other. Look, my anniversary was this past week, and somebody asked me how long I had been married, and I went, blah, 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 37 years.
That was me.
It was 17.
Yeah, that's a stat you got to remember. That one will get you in trouble.
No doubt.
Don't bet against that one.
Don't bet against that one. Senior police officer Scott Muse, Asheville Police Department, K9 unit. We appreciate you coming in and picking games with us.
I appreciate you having me. It's been a good time.
Right,
Have to come back sometime.
Oh yeah, you'll be back.
Oh,
Don't worry.
You'll be back. I have a funny feeling that Tank will be in touch to bring Yago, and I have a feeling Yago and I are going to get
Oh, you guys will be close friends when it's said and done.
Oh, I have a feeling we're going to get better acquainted.
Definitely.
That
I'll
they
keep
will.
you safe.
Another
You I trust. Him, not so much.
You might squirm a little, but you'll be fine.
That's right. It is a Football Friday here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. We got more previews of the weekend. Up next.
Did you know you can now use your body's own healing properties to revitalize your achy joints and get real lasting pain relief? I'm talking about advanced regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics. If you're tired of arthritic pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulder, this is something you need to check out. Everybody's talking about regenerative medicine, and the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics are experts in these amazing treatments. People here rave about the results. You can enhance your joints, improve mobility, and get back to doing the stuff you love without pain and without drugs or surgery or downtime. Under the leadership of Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting breakthrough using cellular therapies. They've got tens of thousands of satisfied patients, and the consultation is totally free. So call now. Take action to get lasting joint pain relief with help from QC Kinetics. Call 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated. And you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine.
Not fun.
Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. We find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8132. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-8132. That's 800-575-8132.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This summer, Dale's Pale Ale salutes freedom. Freedom in fabric, or the fabric of freedom. Denim Dale's available for a limited time in the blue jean box. Dale's salutes everyone who works hard, plays hard, and relaxes hard. Life's more than about what you pack in your denim. Though, we're packing beer, so we win. Seize the Dales. Unwind in style with a cool breeze up the jorts. Just look for the beer in the blue jean box.
It's time to kick off the perfect tailgate and take your team to Ingles. Chips and guac made fresh in store every day. The best meat in town packaged fresh every day. And smiling faces giving you their best every day. Let's be real. In the South, football season is our favorite season of the year. There's a lot to smile about, especially with deals like these. Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
All across the Tar Heel State, this is Carolina football.
Stepping through a tackle and stepping to the end zone. It is pouring points in Chapel Hill. Holy cow, Carolina's going to win!
The Heels clash with the North Carolina Central Eagles. Pre-game coverage starts at 5 p.m. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. on your home for Carolina football.
Asheville's home for the Tar Heels is ESPN Asheville.
The Sportsocracy.
That is some good, clean family fun there, eh, Cot?
Back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Football Friday rolling on here.
I love the APD guys so much.
They are very cool. And I do love how open they are about their animals.
Oh, yeah.
This one you want to mess with, This one you do not want.
This
to
one's
mess with.
fun. This one doesn't act well.
Appreciate all that the APD officers, K-9 or other division, do to protect us around here. We're big supporters of the Blue here in the Sportsocracy, and we appreciate them taking out the time with us. Just great to get to know the men and women that serve our Asheville Police Department, and know that football fans are everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's one of our favorite parts.
It's one great thing about this nation is that no matter what service you need done, you know that it's being done by football fans.
Correct.
We are the Sportsocracy. You can get us all on the social medias at the Sportsocracy. Follow us this weekend as we go out for the Living the Dream Tour, the South Carolina LSU game. Our good friends at Ingalls Markets, Dale's Pale Ale, Clarissa sells WBNC.com, and Parks Ford of Hendersonville, helping us live the dream of, well, every football fan this year. Could be cool to be down there. Last night, Thursday Night Football, the NFL weekend kicked off, and, man, first off, obviously, thoughts and prayers for Tua.
We're gonna
hope that he's going to be okay, but what was that?
We're going to talk about Tua in the next segment.
Yeah, but what was that, Miami Dolphins? Because that wasn't good before all of that happened.
We have our first super chat of the day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's my biggest question walking out of last night. It's from Soaring Eagle. He and I were talking last night, so he's already got my answer on this. Now he wants yours.
Mm-hmm.
Fact or fiction? The Miami Dolphins are not making the playoffs.
Fact.
I'll say fact.
Fact. You need Tua healthy.
I don't care if Tua is healthy. He was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely awful before he got hurt. Now you're talking about concussion and having to play Skylar Thompson. They looked incompetent with Skylar Thompson. You could tell me he's perfectly healthy. They overreacted. The concussion is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I will still tell you the Dolphins aren't making the playoffs. That team is not any good. They're not. You've played 8 quarters of football. You have been absolutely, genuinely terrible in 6 of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, your quarterback has been. Has the rest of the team been that bad?
The defense is not good. Jalen Ramsey, a lot of those same. It's always a bad sign when your number one corner winds up on their running back, and Josh Allen went, "Oh, good. That's what I was looking for."
Yeah.
Bloop.
Look, I was working high school football last night. I did not see a lot of the game live. I was following it as it happened, following the highlights on the on the streams and stuff. It was an embarrassment. That first touchdown to James Cook, I mean, you just got schemed to one side of the field, and there he goes. That's a coaching problem. That's a major issue.
I mean, I hate to say this about your best friend, but
I knew it was coming.
Mike McDaniel,
he deserves it.
Somehow, in 3 years, he's gone from the nerdiest coach in the NFL to now looking like he might have a side hustle with the cartel. What is going? What the hair? What is that?
I don't know.
Stop doing that. It's not a good look.
I mean, I think it's his friendship with Tua, right? He's trying to look like Tua. I'm looking at a picture of the two of them right side by side right here, and both of them have that little, the hair's puffing up. Like are you mimicking each other? Is this a bromance between the head coach and the quarterback? And is that why you jumped the gun on that contract?
Well, they jumped the gun on a roster move too. Kelvin Joyner in the YouTube chat. Dolphins, it may be time for the pride of Western Kentucky, White Mike. Only one problem. He plays for the Buffalo Bills now. Because you cut him, and they went, bloop.
Thank you.
Bloop, bloop. Believe we will. Believe we will. Enjoy Skylar Thompson.
You could bring Ryan Tannehill back. The triumphant return of Ryan Tannehill to Miami, doesn't it just give you the goose pimplies? Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
You're a team that should be 0-2. You have to go to the Seattle Seahawks next week, not knowing what you have at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You get a nice little Titans, Patriots, Colts, Cardinals. Have you looked at the backside of that schedule? Because she's evil, Clark. She's evil.
Mm-hmm.
The last 6 weeks of the season, they go at the Packers, Jets, at the Texans, 49ers, at the Browns, at the Jets. That's not a playoff team.
Yeah.
That team I saw last night, not only are you not a playoff team, you're so far away from it that it's almost comical.
But if Tua were to be healthy and come back healthy and play the way that he did last year, I mean, he's had streaks like this before, right? He's had streaks where he's been god-awful. And then last year we saw him put up MVP numbers for several weeks in a row. You could possibly, satisfy those deficiencies that you've had in the first 2 weeks of the season with a healthy quarterback. That's out of the window now. To me. That's fantasy world. Fantasy world is Tua's going to be okay, and we can use our talent, our speed, our scheme to win a bunch of games. Without that quarterback, though, you can't do that. Not very many times. You become a 6-7 win team, maybe? Maybe?
Last night was, outside of the playoffs, the worst game Tua Tagovailoa's had in 3 years.
Yes.
And it wasn't fluky. He was just awful. Buffalo was messing with him. Oh, open? Think he's open? Throw it. I dare you. And this is a team that had, 3 healthy linebackers up yesterday?
Something like that.
The Miami Dolphins are who I was afraid they were. And I don't know that it's going to get better. You got a very short period of time here to get this right. And I now look at next week at Seattle. I'm not going to say it's a must-win, but it's up there.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to be right. You can't get this right. This is unfixable. To me. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you what Tua's situation is, but we saw a similar situation 2 years ago with him. Mm-hmm. It's bad news. We'll talk about that aspect of it coming up next here on ESPN Asheville.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Damp weather continues into the afternoon and even for the upcoming weekend, but I'm going to promise you this. There'll be plenty of hours of dry weather. The better rain chances Saturday than Sunday for the weekend. And a few showers around this afternoon, maybe a thunder shower, 75. Tonight we'll see a shower thunderstorm threat. We'll drop back to 63. And a little breezy tomorrow with a few showers, maybe a storm, 75. Sunday, small chance of showers, 75. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Bojangles. It's always bow time.
It's bow time. It's not just football season, it's tailgate season. When you've got crispy chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits from Bojangles, your tailgate is better than great. It's legendary. Open the Bojangles app and order your tailgate box today. It's bow time.
We're less than 2 weeks away from our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Stream only on Hulu.
Get tickets while you still can now at AXS.com.
This year, you can be there to witness all of the incredible once-in-a-lifetime performances live and in person. Buy your iHeartRadio Music Festival tickets now, starting at just $55 plus taxes and fees at AXS.com.
Saturday, September 28th, the Barn at Paint Fork presents the Artemis Pyle Band. Advanced ticket and VIP party deck experience tickets available at barnpf.com. Come experience the legendary Artemis Pyle Band. The Barn at Paint Fork, located just 18 miles north of Charlotte Street exit in Asheville. For tickets and directions, check out barnpf.com. Fire, flood, wind damage, arguably a homeowner's worst nightmare. For nearly 4 decades, First Restoration Services have been helping people recover from disasters with trust, integrity, speed, and quality. If you have a disaster, call them today, 1-800-537-6151, or online at frs247.com.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. Type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. This is JW with Parks Fort Hendersonville, and I'm so excited to introduce our first Parks Promise community hero, the American Red Cross of Western North Carolina. The need for blood is so important, and in the summer months, the need is even greater. Did you know that you can donate every 56 days? Save lives this summer. Head to redcross.org to schedule an appointment or find a blood drive near you. Congratulations to the American Red Cross, our Parks Promise community hero.
This summer, Dale's Pale Ale salutes freedom. Freedom in fabric, or the fabric of freedom. Denim Dale's available for a limited time in the blue jean box. Dale's salutes everyone who works hard, plays hard, and relaxes hard. Life's more than about what you pack in your denim. Though, we're packing beer, so we win. Seize the Dales. Unwind in style with a cool breeze up the jorts. Just look for the beer in the blue jean box.
The Sportsocracy.
Why are you smiling? Because I love football.
Back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville last night, Thursday night football. Scary moment for Tua Tagovailoa. All Miami Dolphins fans and, of course, all football fans. Nobody wants to see anybody end up in that position on the football field. Third quarter, fourth down, Tua needs to make a play, and he runs forward for the first down, lowers the shoulder. I'm going to take the hit, runs right into Damar Hamlin, which I'm sure the irony's not lost on anybody about that player being involved in such a dangerous play. But Tua takes that hit, he falls to the ground, and then he goes into that, CZ kind of I forget what the word for what they call that. That little episode where that's a concussion. We've seen that happen. And now this is multiple times. He's got a big decision to make here. And I don't envy him at all.
I keep hearing about this decision he has to make. He has no decision to make. He's a football player. All right, nobody wants to say this. A football player. The decision is, when you clear me, I will be back.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way it is. And I will believe that it will go any other way when it does.
Luke Kuechly. It went that way. Chad Borland went that way.
Chad Borland had a concussion. He decided not to play anymore.
Precisely.
He did not sign a $250 million deal.
I get it. But
there's a big old difference.
But at some point you have to say, you have to come within yourself and say, I don't know if I'm made out for this. Am I sacrificing the future with my kids? He's got two baby kids.
I'm well aware of that.
I mean, to me, there is a huge decision to make here.
I will. When he acknowledges that, I'll believe it.
Okay.
I've listened to people say, "Oh, well, he needs to make that decision for himself."
No doubt. No doubt. He ain't asking for my opinion. If he wants it, I'll give it to him.
I will not.
Hang it up, brother. Hang it up and be done with it. You got your money. You don't need this. One more of these, you don't know what kind of damage you could be doing. Well, that would be my advice. And he's not going to listen to me.
And you got your money thing. You talk about the most unbelievably catastrophic financial decision in the history of the NFL. That's what it would be for Miami. The franchise would be. And I'm a sports guy. I don't make decisions like this. That's the reason that I'm going to the sports side of this.
Mm-hmm.
It would be an absolute nightmare for the Miami Dolphins. Now, let's go into something that is quantifiable.
Yep.
Which is, you have a much bigger problem. The Buffalo Bills came in your house. They did not do – I will say they didn't do a lot, but they didn't have to. And they still just gashed you over and over and over and over. D-line got home regularly. Running game was consistent. Wasn't great. They only ran for 108 yards, average 4 yards a carry, but it was consistent. And they just played Buffalo Bill football on you all night long, and you didn't look like you belonged on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that makes me ask the other question. How you feel about the Buffalo Bills right now?
Pretty good. I feel pretty good about the Buffalo Bills. I was wrong. 2 weeks into the season, I've got no other conclusion that I can come to of I was wrong. This is not going to fall apart, and these guys are damn good. And to be honest with you, at least the coaching was on display last night. Maybe Mike is that bad of a coach. Maybe Mike McDaniel is that bad that he just gets out schemed that way, but by a lesser coach, right? Because you said yesterday, who's the better coach here?
I would still say it's Mike McDaniel.
Right. But maybe it's not as bad in Buffalo as I thought it was going to be. Josh Allen's a freak, and James Cook is a star.
I can get down with it's not as bad as we thought. I will also say, at this point, you haven't really actually proven anything to me. You get that, right? I got a lot of Bills fans that are friends of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And you're 2-0, and I get why you're excited. You've beaten a Cardinals team that we had going 4-13, and a Dolphins team that, honest to God, looked like they just met each other last night.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. You're 2-0. Do you know who you play in the next 4 weeks? You go Jacksonville Jaguars, at the Ravens, at the Texans, at the Jets.
Yep.
That's when I will start talking about, okay, maybe I was wrong.
What does their record have to be out of that for you to
4-2? You come out of that 4-2, and I don't care if those wins are against the Jaguars and the Jets. I really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You go on the road 3 weeks in a row against legit AFC teams.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can talk. You're asking me to look at because what I'm looking at with Buffalo, this ain't replicable. You've won 2 games. This is not a formula for prolonged success. Just give you a couple little stats that I pulled.
Okay.
Josh Allen for the year has thrown for how many yards in 2 games?
I don't know, 400 yards.
371.
371.
You as a team have rushed for 238.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen has 11 carries for 41 yards.
Mm-hmm.
You're not actually doing anything offensively. It's great that you managed to win a game against the Cardinals. Great. You were at home, and they shellacked you for a half. It's great that you managed to beat the Dolphins yesterday. You did have 3 interceptions, and 2 of them were off bounces.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the only one that's seeing this as a little bit fluky? Is it just me?
There might be a little fluky to it, but I still think.
But the good thing about the NFL is that you always have the opportunity to prove yourself.
Sure.
What I think doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
But you have an opportunity to prove it. Jacksonville next week, I probably won't come away from that game, even if you're 3-0. I probably won't come away from that game going, I was wrong about Buffalo. Now, you managed to come out of the next 3 pretty well unscathed. Now we can talk.
Mm-hmm.
Your defensive line is better than I thought. Your defense is better than I thought it was. Straight up.
In what I saw of the game last night, that was one thing that stuck out to me was, okay, maybe the pass rush is much better than I thought. Much better than I gave them credit for. Von Miller
looked alive.
Yeah, he did.
And I'll be honest with you, he could have had a 4th interception if he wasn't getting just absolutely hogtied by the right tackle.
Right. And
why can we not look at a replay and go, that's the definition of a hold? Well, he didn't see it, but you did. You seen it. So we can, de facto go, it should come back.
Yeah, at age 40, if he can continue to do this and stay healthy, then maybe we got something here. Right? I went from Buffalo is going to find out that this year is not going to be good.
If you had to bet a team to win the AFC East right now, who is it?
It's the Buffalo Bills.
It would be for me,
wow.
too.
Yeah.
It would be for me, too.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's how far I'm willing to go.
Well, I mean,
is that I think you're going to have lucked into, and I say lucked, not as a shot, you deal with the cards that you're handed. Nobody has ever played a hand of poker and gone, dealer, you got to give me 2 new cards. You gave me 2 aces. I can't do that. It's not fair. You were handed two aces.
Mm-hmm.
You got a Jets defense that's not nearly as good as I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
You got a Dolphins offense that now does not have a quarterback, doesn't look as good as we thought it would. The Miami Dolphins are a run-first team. You get that, right?
Yeah.
We're officially to a point the best player on that offense is Devon Achane, and it's not close.
Yeah.
But Tyreek Hill, he's been thrown to by Skylar Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't all that good last night with Tua Tagovailoa, so it's not even really just the quarterback. I have this weird feeling that the league is starting to figure out Mike McDaniel. I thought it last week with Jacksonville. You needed a fluky blown coverage by Tyreek Hill where somehow you didn't have a safety over the top, which Al Michaels pointed this out multiple times last night. Look how often they're dropping two safeties. Weird. You can't do anything against it.
Yep.
Oh, we're running for 5 yards a clip. Awesome. You're going to have to throw at some point. And when you do, I'm waiting on you. Andrew Ayer said 2 of those interceptions were not his fault. I disagree with you vehemently. One of them was a horrifically bad decision. That was the one to Grant DeBose.
Okay. That was the one that hit him before he was looking at it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was a hot route. That's a guy who's been on 4 teams in 2 years. He's been in Miami for like an hour. You throw that hot, he would have gotten killed anyway. You got to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but he should have caught it. Well, I mean, it would help if he was in the progression, which he wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
The Robbie Anderson pass. Yeah, you had a miscommunication. You do understand that if he had run a 9 route, it had been 15 yards short. He stopped, and it was parallel with him. Oh, they thought he was going to run a go. Okay, then that was the worst go route ever thrown in the history of the NFL. Tua was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He was terrible, and now he's hurt. The Jets' defense was terrible. And I look at Buffalo now and go, you know what? I'm not going to be shocked. I'm not going to be shocked if Buffalo finds a way to do it again. I still don't think you're a threat.
No.
I don't think Kansas City or Baltimore or any of these high-end teams are looking at Buffalo going, oh, I'm scared of that. What I do think they could be saying is, I don't want to play that. I'm not worried you would beat me, but you overachieve. I think that's the funniest thing that's come out of the first 2 weeks of the NFL season is now I'm looking at an overachieving Buffalo Bills team who has been historically the underachiever.
Right. It is very strange. This division looks pretty gross now to me. You got New England, who I don't believe in. You can get little scrappy wins here and there, fine. You've been doing that for a couple of years now. Miami, without a healthy Tua, maybe without Tua at all, I'm Seacrest out, as you would say, Jeremy. And then your Jets were disappointing. And now the Bills look like the strongest team, but it's also one of those things of that's also a team that, depending on how you play against the better of the league, you might end up with 8 losses. And that is where I go, wait a minute, is the AFC East turning into just a little bit better version of the NFC South? Because now this could be a dogfight for whoever gets to 9-8.
Yeah. I'm going to be kind here and say that's the dumbest thing I've heard anybody say all day.
Why?
It might be the dumbest thing I've heard anybody say all week.
Why?
Oh,
why could this not be?
9-8 playing 4 of the toughest schedules in the NFL.
Sure.
You're playing each other. If the AFC East played the NFC South right now, how many games do you think going to the AFC? It's 4 for 4.
Really?
No doubt. Buffalo Bills, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got to bet your house on it. Who you taking? Okay, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
New York Jets, New Orleans Saints. Who you bet? You got to bet your house on it. Who you taking?
Mm-hmm.
Miami Dolphins, Atlanta Falcons. You got to bet your house on it with Tua.
Mm-hmm.
That was a caveat of that.
Mm-hmm.
Who you taking?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4-0 sweep.
Sure. My point still stands.
Well,
if this is a race to 9-8, this is a pretty nasty division. And it's schedule based. I get it.
I don't think it is.
Maybe.
But there's a big-ass difference in going 9-8 in the AFC and going 9-8 in the NFC.
Didn't say there wasn't. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. It's about that time. It's time for some bangers when we come back on this Football Friday. Stick with us on the YouTube stream and iHeartMedia Asheville. We will return with Jeremy's picks of the weekend, or at least the first set of Jeremy's picks for the weekend after this.
Does your home need a new look? Step into a world of flooring possibilities at the Carpet Barn. Plush carpet, sleek hardwood, stylish tile. The Carpet Barn has it all. Whether you want comfort, durability, or that wow factor, you'll find it in their 300,000 square feet of flooring options. Find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. Head to CarpetBarnCarolina.com for your free in-home estimate now. Veteran owned and operated. The Carpet Barn, the one-stop shop for flooring.
Men's basketball is coming back to Asheville. UNC Asheville Bulldogs are taking on the App State Mountaineers on Thursday, November 14th. Tickets are on sale now and include courtside lounge, reserved seats, and general admission. Visit HarrisCherokeeCenterAsheville.com.
WNC healthcare workers, don't miss iHeart Asheville's Show Love Fest, presented by HCA Healthcare, Saturday, September 14th at Carrier Park. Join fellow healthcare workers for a day of live music, great food and drinks, and incredible prizes. If your job involves keeping people in Western North Carolina healthy, your community wants to celebrate you. For grand prize eligibility, be sure to bring proof of employment in the healthcare field. iHeart Asheville's Show Love Fest, presented by HCA Healthcare and Mission Health. Details at showlovefest.com.
Hi. This is Senator Rachel Hunt, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor in the November 5th general election. Have your voice be heard. Make sure you register to vote today. Your vote counts.
A public service announcement from iHeartMedia Asheville.
Need batteries? Don't overpay at big box stores. Shop locally owned Rainy Battery for the lowest prices on all your battery needs. From watch to heavy equipment batteries, Rainy Battery has you covered. Boats, RVs, cars, trucks, golf carts, and so much more. Get brands you know and trust like AC Delco, Motorcraft for the lowest prices, plus custom battery cables made in-house. Go to rainybattery.com or stop in today for a quote. That's rainybattery.com.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at ClarissaSellsWNC.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or ClarissaSellsWNC@gmail.com.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Coffee's the closers on. Get them the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power. That watch costs more than your car. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
I'm not going to lie. Last week wasn't great. Things didn't go particularly my way. Went 6-9 against the spread. But it's a great time for a learning lesson. When you're really confident on a pick, as I was with Texas last week, as I was with South Carolina and Nebraska last week, go hard on those. I'm making 15 picks here. I'm not as confident about every one as I am with others. And we start with some picks that I'm not going to lie. These are pretty high confidence picks. We start Arizona, Kansas State. I'm going over the 60.5. These are two really good offenses and two really bad defenses. I know the number's going up. I don't care. This will be an absolute shootout. Arizona gave up 39 points to New Mexico, who I'm not sure could score 39 points on a group of Girl Scouts. Over 60.5, Arizona, Kansas State. Next, UNLV at Kansas. This has been a really vogue upset pick, and I got news for you. I'm not touching it. If I was, I would go Kansas minus the 9. But I will go over 57.5. This also has shootout potential because both of these offenses are really good. The only thing that makes me a little nervous is that UNLV runs a lot, and that can lead to running clock and not as many points as you want. But I'm going over 57.5, UNLV, Kansas. Next, Oregon's a 16.5-point favorite at Oregon State. Make that make sense to me. Like, say that out loud and tell me how it doesn't sound like the stupidest thing you've heard all day. But they struggled with I don't care. Would you like to hear the list of quarterbacks that have a higher efficiency rating than Dylan Gabriel through 2 weeks?
Yes.
It's just a piece of paper with Quinn Ewer's name on it. We don't seem to be questioning him, but we're questioning Dylan Gabriel, which makes no sense to me. Quack, quack. Oregon wins by a lot. I earlier said Tank said the stupidest thing I've heard all day. I was wrong. The stupidest thing I've heard all day is Texas A&M's a 3-point favorite at Florida. Do they think this is Texas A&M Corpus Christi or Texas A&M Murfreesboro or where exactly?
Murfreesboro.
I don't know what team you think this is. Texas A&M is going to come in and hurt your feelings. They had 2 weeks to prepare. I don't care if they had 2 years to prepare. It's still Billy Napier, and this will be a bloodletting. Give me Texas A&M. And the week of the backyard brawl. You know damn well that I can't go without doing this.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong.
West Virginia, baby. Eat poop pit. We're going West Virginia Mountaineers minus the 1. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. Sweet Caroline, it works perfectly. Bum, bum, bum. West Virginia's going to dump truck Pittsburgh. Pitt is bad. West Virginia's not bad. Now, they need their quarterback to be, I don't know, competent, which he has struggled to do. Mm-hmm. But I think he will. It's a rivalry game, and I'm taking my Mountaineers. Give me West Virginia minus the 1.
And you can take all of those over to the DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You want to bet on somebody to just score a touchdown. It is that simple. You don't have to get into all the lines and stuff, but they've got all the things for the sharps as well. Score big with the DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns, and download it now. And use the code WPEK. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code WPEK for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. And get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at NFL.com/terms.
I hear her voice in the morning hours. She calls me. Radio reminds me of my home far away. Let's go, West Virginia!
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Damp weather continues into the afternoon and even for the upcoming weekend, but I'm going to promise you this. There'll be plenty of hours of dry weather. The better rain chances Saturday than Sunday for the weekend. And a few showers around this afternoon, maybe a thunder shower, 75. Tonight we'll see a shower thunderstorm threat. We'll drop back to 63. And a little breezy tomorrow with a few showers, maybe a storm, 75. Sunday, small chance of showers, 75. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Always Heating and Air.
Amanda Fox.
Eddie Fox.
Fall is in the air. Are y'all ready?
If you want to make sure your HVAC units are ready, then you need to check out Always Heating and Air.
Find them online at alwaysheatandair.com. That's always with 2 L's.
Heatandair.com.
When you're ready to go back in the day, y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Check out the all-new Throwbacks 101.1.
This is how we do it.
Allow me to introduce myself. Asheville's classic hip-hop and R&B. Come on.
Did you know you can now use your body's own healing properties to revitalize your achy joints and get real lasting pain relief? I'm talking about advanced regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics. If you're tired of arthritic pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulder, this is something you need to check out. Everybody's talking about regenerative medicine, and the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics are experts in these amazing treatments. People here rave about the results. You can enhance your joints, improve mobility, and get back to doing the stuff you love without pain and without drugs or surgery or downtime. Under the leadership of Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting breakthrough using cellular therapies. They've got tens of thousands of satisfied patients, and the consultation is totally free. So call now. Take action to get lasting joint pain relief with help from QC Kinetics. Call 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy, ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400, heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app, seen everywhere on YouTube. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel. That way you can join us in the chat. Football Friday. Oh, wait, it is a
Football Friday.
Indeed it is, and that means picks and analysis of all the games in the NFL. The Living the Dream Tour rolls on, and it's a doubleheader weekend.
Woo! Got two games.
Yeah, college on Saturday, pro on Sunday. We'll be down at the big game of the week. The mothership will have the game day show down in Columbia. We've got amazing seats, apparently, for the South Carolina Gamecocks and the LSU Tigers. Big SEC battle there. And then after that frivolity is over, we will pack up and we will go up to the Queen City of Charlotte, so we can be in the building for the home opener of the Carolina Panthers that I now understand you can get for just a stick of gum, a ticket to go see.
What are you most looking forward to this weekend?
In our travels?
Mm-hmm.
Sandstorm in Williams-Brice. That's what I'm most excited about. One of the great, it's one of the great traditions of college football. Depending on, no matter what fan you are of a team, I am a Georgia fan, and I have said horrid things about the South Carolina Gamecocks. But that is one of the coolest traditions, and I can't wait to see it. I only wish it was going to happen at night.
Oh,
not just for the breezes, but for the light show, because the light show with Sandstorm is cool.
I'm very glad this game's not happening at night. You give me a night game with a 1 o'clock kickoff back to back.
Yeah.
You rest assured,
Shoe buddy.
I will be in that suite just.
Yes.
What happened?
The Living the Dream Tour brought to you by Ingalls Supermarkets, Dale's Pale Ale, Clarissa Sells WNC.com, and the Parks Ford of Hendersonville Mobile Studio will be on the road once again.
She got detailed yesterday. She's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Got shined up, loved on with a diaper.
She started out beautiful. She's still beautiful.
That's true.
Just like my wife. I love you, baby. That was a little brownie points for that whole anniversary thing I did earlier. Los Angeles Chargers. What?
I hate the fact you think she's listening. It's comical.
All right. I know she's not. You guys know. Los Angeles Chargers and the Carolina Panthers.
Say right now so bad I don't want to get fired.
Please don't. Chargers are a 5-point favorite against the Carolina Panthers. Did you even kind of care? When you were picking this game, did you ever think that there was a time where the Chargers weren't going to cover this spread? Because if you were, I feel like that might be the dumbest thing you said today.
How much of the money do you think is on the Chargers?
It better be 98.7%.
91. In the money line? It's over 99%.
Mm-hmm. Who's putting money on Carolina at this point?
David Tepper.
People that live down the street don't want to go to this game. You can currently get in for less than $10 to see this game.
Has it dropped that
Yes.
much?
Yes. Overnight. We talked about it yesterday that it was like, it's $23. You could currently get into this game for less than $10. Why is that? Man. Charger fans, if you ever wanted an opportunity to see your team, this is your chance. I know there's 5 of you that live in Western North Carolina, but this is an opportunity for you to go see your team for real, real cheap because the Carolina Panthers are real, real bad. It's not that the Chargers are great, but they are going to hurt your feelings. My opinion.
I agree.
That offensive line might get Bryce Young killed. Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. I don't like your chances of keeping him upright. You got a lot of problems on this team, and the Chargers, far and away, the favorite for me. 5 is too little.
But we're going to have fun in Charlotte. Get to see all of our Panther friends.
This makes me think, what is how far can I put that number up on the alternate line and feel comfortable? Feel like I'm going to make some money on the DraftKings Sportsbook app because you can go in there, and those of you who don't know, they have a place where you can go to an alternate line and you can bump that number up to Chargers minus 12.5, 13, something like that. And that will boost your winnings if you're correct. I don't feel like this would be a bad game to do that with.
19 is maxed out, and that's plus 495. And
You thinking about it?
I didn't just put a wager on it.
On
camera.
Well, see, there you go.
I didn't do that.
See, sometimes I have good ideas.
You can't prove it.
I bet we can. Because they'll give you a receipt for that. Chargers minus 5.
Yeah, Chargers. Next!
Baltimore Ravens.
There we go.
Las Vegas Raiders. Baltimore minus the 8. Baltimore's at home. They're the vastly superior team. I don't see how you're going to stop them.
I don't disagree with anything you just said.
Mm-hmm. Except?
I did think about this one slightly longer than I thought about the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still taking Baltimore. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, all right.
I wanted it to be known that this wasn't. I immediately went Chargers, and I immediately went Ravens.
Yes.
I went Chargers. 1, 2, Ravens.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a believer, as you know, in the Raiders, and Lamar is going to have a huge day.
I do like Lamar in this game. He's not my favorite DraftKings play of the day because he's so expensive, but I don't mind it. I also think he's going to be very, very popular. So,
is this the Mark Andrews bounce back game?
I don't think so.
You just don't think that's coming?
It's not that I don't think it's coming. I don't think he's that guy anymore. Not in this offense.
Okay.
I still think he's I think he's a good tight end. But now you have another one.
Mm-hmm.
And they drafted Charlie Kohler. They drafted Hayden Hurst. All these different guys that were supposed to be on the other side. And Hayden Hurst was before Mark Andrews. Well, they came in the same year.
Right, but one was the blocker, one was the receiver.
And now Isaiah Likely is everything you ever wanted. And I feel like it takes some of the shine off of him.
Okay. But that would suggest that the relationship that he's had with Lamar Jackson is lesser now?
That didn't suggest
Is Isaiah Likely the one Lamar trusts now?
It appears that way.
Okay. All right.
And I didn't suggest anything. I don't tend to suggest things. If I mean it, I tend to say it. Mark Andrews is coming back off an injury. It was a tough injury for a guy that wasn't that fleet of foot in the first place. He is struggling to get open. It was very obvious against Kansas City, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
I still think he is a usable tight end for fantasy, though. Just not the top 3 guy that you're expecting him to be.
All right, big game in the 1 o'clock slate. Prove it game. Dallas Cowboys, New Orleans Saints. We talked about this one a little bit or in the run-up to this of, well, the New Orleans Saints got a lot to prove because they beat up on a real bad team last week. But the Dallas Cowboys also did too. We know what's wrong with Cleveland. And Dallas has a lot to prove. 6-point spread. Dallas is the 6-point favorite. How long did you think about this one?
A lot.
Yeah. I toiled over it all weekend. And then I came in here today and went, it's time to make the decision. And I went Dallas Cowboys because I'm not a believer in the Saints.
I did not toil with this all week. I looked at the lines this morning. I looked at them on Monday, which is when I usually look at lines. Saw the line movement, did about what I thought it would. And this is a battle of two teams that I don't believe in. So if I'm catching 6 points, you would think that I would take the New Orleans Saints.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, I'm riding with you and saying, how about them Cowboys? I have a weird feeling they're going to beat the bejesus out of the Saints.
So
I
do
don't
I.
know why. I have no idea. I do not have a good answer to that. I have this weird feeling that CeeDee Lamb is about to absolutely eat Dennis Allen's lunchbox because they don't have anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And if you tell me Marshawn Lattimore doesn't play, you're in trouble. Because he's the only one that has a shot.
I was going to say, but even if he's up for the game, is he up for CD? Because CD's he's a different animal. Is CD the kind of receiver that Marshawn can shut down?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think anybody can shut down CeeDee Lamb, to be really honest with you. This just has the feeling of one of those Dennis Allen games where he's got the fan base incited. If you don't believe it, check our YouTube chat. You can see Saint fans that they are low-key believing this because they just went in and beat the absolute heber-jeebers out of the Carolina Panthers. That means less than nothing. And this is where he let you down.
Yep.
Dennis Allen let you down. He and Todd Bowles let you down every time you fall for it. I feel like a lot of people are falling for it right now. And this has 35-6 written all over it.
Mm-hmm. Every time Derek Carr makes somebody believe in him, I feel like he lets them down.
I'm not as worried about Derek Carr.
Really?
I'm really worried about Dennis Allen. I'm also really worried about who on earth do you think is going to stop Micah Parsons from doing anything he wants to do?
I still think New Orleans will score on this team.
It's funny you said that.
They'll still find their windows. You don't think they will? You think they will shut them down? Are you talking like field goals only?
The over is one of the most bet positions on any game this week,
mm-hmm.
and it makes me want the under so bad because the line hasn't moved.
46.5.
We were at. I'm going back days here. We've gone up half a point
mm-hmm.
total.
Mm-hmm.
90% of the money's on the over. What's that tell you? Tells you that Vegas is sitting there going, "You're falling for this." And you shouldn't.
So you should go under?
I'm taking the under.
All right. I mean, I could very well see this being like a 30-16 kind of a game.
I don't know that I can go that. I don't know that I can go that far.
But that pushes you right at the number, and that's what makes me go. It looks like it's kind of spot on. You got to hope that they don't get one more field goal than that. Because I do believe that the winner of this game is going to have 30 points.
I don't.
One way or the other.
Well, they could. I don't think that's how this is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
27-10. That's where I think this lands.
Okay. Dallas minus the 6.
Yes.
Across the board. San Francisco 49ers, they're a 5-point favorite against the Minnesota Vikings.
Is it weird that anybody made this line went down?
Did it?
Mm-hmm. How did that happen? How did anybody look at the Minnesota Vikings and go, yeah? Because this started at a full 6. It's dropped all the way down to 4.5. And that is stupid. Give me San Francisco. I didn't think about this for 5 seconds.
I did not either.
Actually, that's not true. I thought about it for about 7 seconds when I went, who is smoking enough crimes to have actually moved this? I don't care. I'll take it. Give me the extra.
The Sam Darnold hype train is not enough.
I don't think the Sam Darnold hype train's what gets derailed. I have a weird feeling it's that Minnesota defense. Well, they held the Giants to 6 points. The Giants would only score 14 points on air.
Right. Yeah, no, you have to be a blind Viking fan to come away and think that, oh, we're awesome at defense. You might be okay. You just played one of the worst teams in the league. Now, let's see what happens when the scheme comes to town. Wait, last week it was Kyle Shanahan taking down Rob Saleh and the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. I don't feel like you have any advantages they didn't have. Right? And I don't believe that the Minnesota Vikings have a better scheme and a better coach. Maybe a better coach, but not by a great stretch. Pretty sure Kyle Shanahan's going to figure out how to win this one and win this one big. That's the point I'm getting to. San Francisco minus the 5.
And I love everything from that San Francisco offense in this game. Brock Purdy is very high on my list of guys to play this week.
Who's the weapon?
Deebo Samuel.
Calling his shot on Deebo Samuel. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
iHeartMedia Asheville can't wait to bring you Show Love Fest, presented by HCA Healthcare, Saturday, September 14th at Carrier Park. Asheville, this is your opportunity to gather with your community's healthcare workers and show them the love. Live music, food, and beer trucks, and great prizes. Healthcare workers, be sure to bring something to show you work in healthcare for grand prize eligibility. Free and open to the public. Bring your lawn chairs and feel the love. iHeart Asheville's Show Love Fest, presented by HCA Healthcare and Mission Health. Details at showlovefest.com.
Hey, Dr. Lori Santos here. I'm using my voice to support iHeart's mental health and addiction recovery campaign in partnership with Mobilize Recovery. We've all been touched by addiction or mental health challenges, and these often overlap. Nearly 9 million people have a co-occurring disorder, and almost 60% receive no treatment at all. Together, we can fight stigma by normalizing the conversation and even saving lives. If more people feel comfortable asking for help, recovery is possible. Learn more and lend your support at iHeartRecoveryMonth.com.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is a serious heart condition. Some symptoms include being short of breath, feeling tired, or having dizziness or chest pain. My HCM impacted how I felt and what I could do. So I asked my cardiologist about treatment advances that gave me new options. That conversation was big for me. That's why I'm working with Bristol-Myers Squibb to raise awareness about HCM and to help others like me. Talk to your cardiologist today and visit hcmrealtalk.com to learn more.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb.
This summer, Dale's Pale Ale salutes freedom. Freedom in fabric, or the fabric of freedom. Denim Dale's available for a limited time in the blue jean box. Dale's salutes everyone who works hard, plays hard, and relaxes hard. Life's more than about what you pack in your dinner. Though we're packing beer, so we win. Seize the Dales. Unwind in style with a cool breeze up the jorts. Just look for the beer in the blue jean box.
It's time to kick off the perfect tailgate and take your team to Ingles. Chips and guac made fresh in store every day. The best meat in town, packaged fresh every day, and smiling faces giving you their best every day. Let's be real, in the South, football season is our favorite season of the year. There's a lot to smile about, especially with deals like these. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. Type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
The Sportsocracy.
You two are just dumber than a bag of hammers.
It's ESPN Asheville, the Sportsocracy, back on a
Football Friday.
I'm going to make you do that every break today, okay? So
why?
Because I can't do it myself, and every time I just say Football Friday, you go, you didn't do it right.
I do. I'm just going to start doing it in impersonations. I'll do it in Lou Holtz. Hey, it's Football Friday. Go see the Gamecocks. We're all cocky birds this week.
I can get you a headdress with real feathers. Say it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That was the line that he used in the Blind Side movie when he was recruiting Michael Orr. He's like, I can get you a headdress with real feathers.
The sad thing is that wasn't even the script. He just
it was actually a line that he used for every recruit.
He actually thought he was recruiting the actor that played Michael Orr. I'm still the coach in South Carolina. They don't know. Don't tell them I have an office and I'm still calling plays.
Okay, there's going to be somebody down there with one of those. I'm going to have to take a picture of it.
Have you seen my newspaper trick? I'll show it to you.
I would love to see it live. Because every time I've seen it on tape, it still baffles me.
If I see Lou Holtz in Columbia, South Carolina, you rest assured I'm, whoa! We didn't talk!
I brought you a newspaper. Do the trick and we'll then leave.
Do the trick and I'll do your voice and you try to do mine.
It is a Football Friday. Analysis and picks of every game in the NFL this weekend. We got Jeremy's College Bangers at the end of every hour, as well as we just get you set for another wonderful weekend of football. We have agreed on every game so far. Chargers, Baltimore, Dallas, San Francisco, and none of those, I'll say, quite sizable lines made us really pause too much other than the Cowboys and the Saints. Let's go to a closer game in the spread, or in Vegas. The Indianapolis Colts and the Green Bay Packers. Indianapolis is a 2.5-point favorite. There's no Jordan Love. So who's playing quarterback for the Green Bay Packers?
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis.
Now, we think there's no Jordan Love. It is not official. He's just doubtful.
Mm-hmm.
I would say he's on the outside of doubtful.
Exactly.
I want you to pick this game first.
Me? Well, I want to take Indianapolis, but I'm not going to.
Damn it!
I'm not going to. It seems like, okay, well, Jordan Love's down and Malik Willis is terrible. But I keep looking at Anthony Richardson going, how many of those big plays are you going to get on that Green Bay secondary?
I don't like this matchup for Indianapolis at all.
Mm-mm.
I don't like this matchup for them at all.
I think this is going to be gross, under 40, and give me the Green Bay Packers plus the 2.5.
You're catching heavy money on the over, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
That kind of surprises
It did me too. You've got sharp money on the under, but you're catching heavier weight.
I mean, do we think Malik Willis is going to do anything special, even with these weapons?
I wish I could bet the Packers team rushing yards
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not sure you could set that number high enough for me. If you told me it was 155, over. Don't know what it is, but I know it's bigger than that.
Over 2?
No, I don't know that I could go that high, but nobody would ever set a line that high.
Right.
This ain't college football.
I get it.
So I thought I was going to get one from you there.
No.
I'm taking Green Bay too.
And that was one I had to cross it out 3 times. I kept writing Indianapolis down. I can't do it. Cannot do it because I think that lucky Because it is luck. I get it takes skill to get that ball down there. But to be able to thread the needle deep down the field like Anthony Richardson tries to do, I just see Xavier McKinney back there going, nah, I'll take it.
Mike.
Thank you. Who says the same thing I do every time I pick off a pass in college football 25. Mine. And gone the other way. That defense might score more points than the Indianapolis Colts do. The Packers defense I'm talking about. Oh, we'll see.
I like Green Bay a lot in this game.
That brings us down to another 1 o'clock game up in the lovely Motor City. The Motor City Madmen, the kneecap chewers, take on the gamer Baker Mayfield.
Detroit. Sorry, that's how long I thought about this. It blows my mind how many tickets are on Tampa Bay.
It's a lot.
You're catching almost 90% of all tickets are on Tampa Bay. 70% of the money's on Detroit. It's because the heavies are going, this is stupid.
There's a player that will just mush our faces.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Bingo.
Sam Laporta.
Bingo.
Jameer Gibbs.
I don't know much about Jameer Gibbs, but
Jameer Gibbs.
Maybe.
I wasn't asking. I was telling.
Maybe.
I
like those other two way better. Jared Goff.
I like them all. I like everything Lion. You remember that line I told you about Baker Mayfield, and every time he's gone over an 85 QBR, he tends to get his little face mushed. And Aiden Hutchinson's here to do said mushing.
That's going to be an interesting matchup.
Don't be shocked if Baker Mayfield is walking to the sideline holding Aiden Hutchinson's
You think so?
pocket. He told me I had to do this or he was going to hit me again. And I don't want him to hit me again.
Here's the bigger question. Over or under 51?
Over.
I think this is a 2-score game, but there are going to be points on both sides.
This is one of those games where Vegas and their tendencies burn them early in the season. We get 2 or 3 of these every year because you never see a Vegas line set over 51.5 in an early season NFL game. I believe Vegas would like to have had this at closer to 54.5, 55, but it's such an outlier that people would have hammered the under and you might have gotten got. This feels like free money. It's over. I'll say it's 38-21, Detroit Lions.
That's a pretty good pick. I like it. All right, so we're both on Detroit minus the 7.5.
The Motor City Madman. Who's also slamming dollar margs at Applebee's. Let's go.
Yes. Let's go to the New England Patriots hosting the Seattle Seahawks. It's a 3.5-point spread. Seattle Seahawks on the road against the Patriots. Over-under is 38.5. And under, I believe. Well, that's not good. The over-under is...
The room just started beeping at us.
That's my little UPS thing under the desk here. 38.5 is the line, and I think I'm on the under.
I'm on the over, and I'm on the Seattle Seahawks. But, man, I thought about this longer than I wanted to. I really did. I wasn't sure I was saying Seattle when we started talking about this game.
It's that New England Patriots. We're gonna scuzz up the game, right? We're just gonna keep it scrappy, and we're not gonna make things easy on you. And these are two teams that do a lot of their damage on the ground.
To me, you either have to take Seattle in the over or New England in the under. This is one of those games that you bet together. Because if this gets grossed up, I will take New England to cover at the least, and I think they probably win. If we go over the 38.5, I don't see how New England wins this game.
I would agree with that. That's why I'm on Seattle. Seattle minus the 3.5, and that'll just have to do. Well, do you want to get into the Jets before the break here?
Absolutely. We don't need to talk about this game much.
All right, Jets and the Titans. Jeremy thinks it's going to be a blowout.
Jets, Jets. Will Levis, Sauce Gardner. Those two things living in the same orbit makes me feel good about all things green.
I'm curious as to part of me is curious as to why the spread is the way it is, but it keeps falling back to what are the Jets going to do? Right? I doubted your offense last year. Now I doubt your defense, and now I don't know what to do with you.
The Jets are now an anomaly in Vegas because the fan base bet so hard on them in the offseason, was so disappointed by week one that now they don't know which way Jet fans will go. Because Jet fans love to bet against the Jets. And I'll be honest with you, I think that's why the spread's so low. Because right now, you've got 76% of tickets are on Tennessee. 29% of the money. That is the jettiest thing I've ever seen because Jet fans love to throw a double at Tennessee.
A double?
$20.
Okay.
I think the heavy hitter sharp money's on the Jets, and I don't think this game's close. Over-under's 41. This has 31-7 written all over it to me.
Jets and the Titans in Nashville. I'm on the Jets as well. We haven't argued about much so far through the program here on ESPN Asheville. And my computer's just blanked out. Okay, there we go. Now we can go to the break. Something's going on with this little battery backup down here. I need to figure out what that is. We're going to take a break, and we'll return here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Damp weather continues into the afternoon and even for the upcoming weekend, but I'm going to promise you this. There'll be plenty of hours of dry weather. The better rain chances Saturday than Sunday for the weekend. And a few showers around this afternoon, maybe a thunder shower, 75. Tonight we'll see a shower thunderstorm threat. We'll drop back to 63. And a little breezy tomorrow with a few showers, maybe a storm, 75. Sunday, small chance of showers, 75. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
We're less than 2 weeks away from our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Stream only on Hulu.
Get tickets while you still can now at AXS.com.
This year, you can be there to witness all of the incredible once-in-a-lifetime performances live and in person. Buy your iHeartRadio Music Festival tickets now, starting at just $55 plus taxes and fees at AXS.com.
Does your home need a new look? Step into a world of flooring possibilities at the Carpet Barn. Plush carpet, sleek hardwood, stylish tile. The Carpet Barn has it all. Whether you want comfort, durability, or that wow factor, you'll find it in their 300,000 square feet of flooring options. Find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. Head to CarpetBarnCarolina.com for your free in-home estimate now. Veteran owned and operated. The Carpet Barn, the one-stop shop for flooring.
Hey neighbors, this is Kevin Frazier, and I'm running for Asheville City Council in the November 5th general election. Have your voice heard on Election Day this November. Make sure you register to vote today. Your vote counts.
This has been a public service announcement from iHeart Media Asheville.
Saturday, September 28th, the Barn at Paint Fork presents the Artemis Pyle Band. Advanced ticket and VIP party deck experience tickets available at barnpf.com. Come experience the legendary Artemis Pyle Band. The Barn at Paint Fork, located just 18 miles north of Charlotte Street exit in Asheville. For tickets and directions, check out barnpf.com.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. This is JW with Parks Fort Hendersonville, and I'm so excited to introduce our first Parks Promise community hero, the American Red Cross of Western North Carolina. The need for blood is so important, and in the summer months, the need is even greater. Did you know that you can donate every 56 days? Save lives this summer. Head to redcross.org to schedule an appointment or find a blood drive near you. Congratulations to the American Red Cross, our Parks Promise community hero.
This summer, Dale's Pale Ale salutes freedom. Freedom in fabric, or the fabric of freedom. Denim Dales available for a limited time in the blue jean box. Dale's salutes everyone who works hard, plays hard, and relaxes hard. Life's more than about what you pack in your dinner. Though we're packing beer, so we win. Seize the Dales. Unwind in style with a cool breeze up the jorts. Just look for the beer in the blue jean box.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
We are back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Jeremy, this is a very special day for you, isn't it? Friday the 13th. Is this not your favorite day ever?
It is one of my favorite days, yes.
Mr. 13s, have you felt any certain special way today because of it, or have you even noticed?
I noticed. I feel a special kind of way because, well, last night was so boring that I woke up markedly more sober than I usually do after Thursday night football.
Wah, wah. Yeah, that stinks. That stinks. There are a lot of people who apparently aren't going out today. That whole triskaidekaphobia thing kicking in once again, the fear of the number 13. Jeremy doesn't have a fear of the number 13. He embraces it.
Yes.
Like he embraces all things weird and wonderful.
And dark.
What's weird for you today?
My story is about Cracker Barrel. It's a great American store. It's a great American entity. Anybody that tells you they don't love Cracker Barrel, they're just wrong. And now they have given you another reason to love them. First of all, they're redoing their stores to look less like, I don't know, a bazaar or a yard sale that somebody's grandma put on. I don't need all of your cassettes. If you could give me space to walk so I could get to the eating place, that would be awesome. But that's not what I'm talking about. There's nothing I hate more than pumpkin. Pumpkin is gross.
Whoa.
Amanda Fox just got a lovely welcome, a gift basket of all things pumpkin spice. And everywhere I turn in this building, it either smells like pumpkin or I see a pumpkin. I'm sick of pumpkin. October is pumpkin time, okay? That is when you can do your stupid pumpkins. September's apple season. We do apples in September. Cracker Barrel just confirmed why I love them.
Okay.
Because they're putting out a full apple menu. Now they have a Southern apple cobbler.
And
they have a signature fried apple French toast bake.
Give
which
it to
sounds
me.
Outrageously good.
French toast bake?
Yes.
So it's like a lasagna made with apples and pancakes.
That's what it sounds like. With vanilla custard.
I almost cursed.
And topped with cheesecake filling, which just sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
They also have Granny Smith apple tea and a Granny Smith apple mimosa. September's for apples.
Mm-hmm.
You pumpkin people crawl back in your holes until it gets cold. Okay? We have to deal with you during scary Halloween time. That's your month.
Mm-hmm.
That's your month. So take your Ugg boots and your kid whose name ends in Aiden and shut up for the next 20 days.
And I have to ask, am I the only one in the boat of fake pumpkin smell is worse than actual pumpkin smell? And you don't use that in a laboratory because then it just, I mean, it's like you know.
I don't care.
Did your business on a pumpkin pie, and that's gross.
If you told me I had to eat pumpkin spice or cat poop, I would seriously consider my options.
I will not eat that cat poop.
I would think about it.
I would think about it.
Because pumpkin
You sure you don't want me to go get you one of them pumpkin spice cake rolls?
No!
It's like Swiss cake rolls that are pumpkin spiced. Yeah.
Hey, we took this thing that's awesome and we made it suck.
Yeah.
Here, buy this.
Pumpkin Oreos.
Awful.
No, thank you.
I don't even like Oreos.
And the Oreo and the I mean, I did try it because I'm a fat guy in Oreos, but still, I mean, you should have done like a graham cracker cookie on that instead of a. I don't know. It's just weird.
Stop putting pumpkin in things.
No.
It's a gourd.
They are
okay?
pumpkining everything.
You can.
Here.
I will deal with you decorating everything with pumpkins, which I think is stupid, but I get it.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife. They're pumpkin spicing everything around here.
Everything.
And
crawl back in your hole until October 1.
Nobody asked for pumpkin spice Twinkies. Okay, there's a reason that box
Gross.
has not been touched since it got into this studio.
Gross.
The thing is, it's Amanda's fault. She should have to take all that stuff home
and eat it.
Yes.
You have to actually eat it.
Yes. You're the reason
Gross.
we've been invaded by pumpkin spice here in the iHeartMedia Asheville studios.
Eat McDonald's and cholesterol like the rest of us. It's what we do. It's
However, if you are looking for pumpkin spicy things, Ingles Supermarkets, low prices, love the savings. That is where you go.
Look at you.
Okay. Cleveland Browns, Jacksonville Jaguars. 1 o'clock kickoff, Trevor Bank Stadium. I so want to go down the narrative path of they renamed the stadium. This is a thing, like it's outside the stadium. They put the TR over or right next to the Everbank sign, and it's a big thing. And I so want to go down the path of, oh, Trevor Lawrence is going to make this just so juicy and good. This is a 5-interception, god-awful game. He gets sacked 8 times and is just terrible. And everybody goes home crying with their mullets back to their trailers. But I can't. I don't think I could do it because Cleveland is just a dumpster fire at this point. Yes, they've got a lot of talent on that team. Yes, that defense is supposed to be good, but it didn't look good last week. And I don't see how any team could keep focused through what is happening right now with their quarterback.
So you're taking Jacksonville.
I am taking Jacksonville.
Awesome. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns to win outright, and I didn't think about this for 3 seconds.
Really?
This is one of those gross overreactions. 90% of the money is on Jacksonville, and that is stupid. Give me Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
I get Doug Peterson and that offense against a good defense. Sorry, one bad game does not make me think that defense is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And Myles Garrett's going to play? Yeah, let's go. Cleveland Browns.
Not even considering Jacksonville being able to win that game.
Nope.
Really?
Didn't think about it for a second.
What offensively can
Especially
Cleveland
after
do?
what I saw last night from Miami.
What offensively? What way can Cleveland take control offensively? Just running the ball down their throat?
I believe so, yes. I like Jerome Ford a lot this week.
Okay. All right.
Especially since he dude on people last week, and that means his ownership will go.
Multiple touchdown game?
I think so.
Ooh, you know what you should do. You should take that over to the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Because that's where you bet touchdowns. And that's where you can get those big numbers on 2+ touchdown bets.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's a way you should go. If you're looking for your first win of the season on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, the official sports betting partner of the NFL, then maybe that's where you want to go this week in the Cleveland-Jacksonville game. Jerome Ford might be a nice little play to add to your bankroll. You can score big with the DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code WPEK. That's code WPEK for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms. I hit it big last week with the first touchdown scorer of the game in the Jets game with Breece Hall. So that might, I'm willing to take some chances this week. DraftKings has got all of the best bonuses as well. So go now and check them out. The Washington Commanders and the New York Giants.
Washington.
feels like a free space on the board to me. Washington's a 1.5-point favorite. And I don't see the Jets doing much in this game.
Giants.
Or excuse the Mets. Did I call them the Mets?
Called them the Jets.
Oh, I was thinking my brain's all over the place right now. Giants. I don't see them doing much in this game.
I don't either. I do like the over 43 though. I do think there will be points in this game. The Washington defense is awful too. You have to remember that.
Yes.
Malik Neighbors. I can't say that name enough times.
I've done it in every league. Every league I have done it. Malik Neighbors is about to go off.
I think he goes nuts this week.
Daniel Jones is bad, but he can have good games against bad defenses, and that is exactly what Washington is. But in the end, the Giants are going to be terribler, in my opinion.
Am I the only one that thinks this is a low-key like shootout game for DraftKings where you put the lineup in and go, oh, that's not good. I just puked in my shoes.
Wait, are you going to use multiple pieces from this game?
Sure am.
Terry McLaurin?
Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, and Malik Neighbors. I like all three of them a lot. And guess what? They're all cheap.
Nice.
They're all cheap.
Might be your DFS lineup of the week.
If you feel the urge to get in for Battle for the Belt, we will welcome you with open arms, and you can still get the full season discounted rate with a few extra weeks. Win a week, $100 cash prize, $1,000 cash prize to the champion, and you get our custom title belt. Boom.
Yep.
There you go, Transition King Tank.
Good for you.
Somebody called you that in the chat. I can do it too.
See, look, it's practice. It gets a little bit better every time we do it. Yeah, I didn't think about this for a single solitary second. Washington over the New York Giants. 1.5 is way too much, or way too little. This should be a bigger spread to me.
Way too little.
Should this not be a field goal in the hook? I feel like it should be.
Yeah.
So I'm happy taking it at 1.5. Now, the head scratcher.
You're going to ask me why the spread is what it is, and I'll just go ahead and answer it for you. I don't know.
The Arizona Cardinals are a 1-point favorite at home against the Los Angeles Rams this weekend. I have always talked about that. You know, I love the fact of NFC West division games because it doesn't matter like how talented these teams are. It seems to always be a slugfest at times. I guess not always. I shouldn't use the term always. But how many times have we seen the Cardinals sneak up on the Rams or sneak up on the Niners? Or it happens. And this is a scrappy team, and they're thinking all the injuries to the Los Angeles Rams are going to matter. No, Puka Nacua. Is it 4 out of the 5 starting linemen from last week? Or the 5 that should be your starters are out? Right, you're still dealing with a suspension of one guy. You've got 3 other guys that are injured. I think Noteboom's still out. Seems like a major problem for most teams. Do you care, though?
No.
Against the Cardinals?
No, this is dumb. The Cardinals are 1-11 in their last 12 divisional games, and it's about to be 1-12 because they're going to lose to the L.A. Rams. St. Louis? Wow.
Yeah.
I went a ways back.
Yeah, you did.
I don't care that Puka Nacua is not playing. I love Tyler Johnson. He got peppered with targets once Nacua went down. I think he's the replacement, not actually Jordan Whittington.
Okay.
Whittington will get dusted in there too, though. But if you want a cheapie on the old DK, you could do worse than Tyler Johnson.
Kyler Murray versus that Los Angeles Rams defense. Walk me through that matchup. How does this go down? Does he get MHJ involved this game?
I can't rail on you if you want to play MHJ this week because I do think they're going to make a really concerted effort to get him the ball. I don't know. There's just a lot of noise around Arizona. You know, after Kyler comes out and says, it's the offensive coordinator's fault that I missed Marvin Harrison Jr., he's maddening to me. Like, I think Kyler Murray, among all players in the NFL, as a teammate, would drive me the craziest of anybody in the NFL. And I have that going up against Sean McVay. it's an overreaction. No player is worth this much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the line's bad. Well, guess what? The Cardinals don't have a pass rush, so I think we'll be fine.
They're rolling out there with Zaven Collins. And who? Mac Wilson?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Colby Parkinson. Anytime touchdown scorer. I bet you can get a good line on that. All right, the 425 slot, Pittsburgh Steelers, Denver Broncos.
No.
He just said no.
No, sir.
I will not do it.
I won't do it.
You're not going to pick it, or you're not going to watch it?
Oh, I won't watch a second of it. If they played this game in my living room, I'd literally set the house on fire. No.
But it's the Russ narrative, the revenge game.
Russ is not even
wait,
gonna play.
Is he going to play? No, he's not.
Tomlin came out today and said he's still questionable, which makes starting unlikely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
Too bad.
Under.
It's at 36 and a half.
It could be at 26 and a half. I'd still say under.
10-6.
4-3.
Ooh. I don't know if it could be that bad. I mean, at least Pittsburgh can kick field goals. We learned that.
This is gross.
Pittsburgh's 2.5-point favorite. Yes, Pittsburgh.
I want to do it.
You want to take the Broncos?
I do. I'm not gonna.
I was going to say, I don't think you should. That doesn't seem like a sound decision.
Not gonna,
on your
but
part.
I want to.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, mark it. We'll remember you said that if this goes any other way and if it's worth talking about at all on Monday.
Awesome.
Which I don't think it will be.
And that, like being close in horseshoes, just really doesn't mean that much.
Indeed. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville Bangers. Coming up next.
Call Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning today and mention ESPN Asheville to get a free hallway cleaned with 3 rooms of carpet for only $129. Book online at ZeroResAsheville.com.
Haywood Regional Medical Center is thrilled to welcome primary care physician Dr. Tony Lee to our staff this fall. Dr. Lee will practice family medicine at our new Haywood Family Practice Asheville location on Acton Circle, just off the Enka Candler exit on I-40. Dr. Lee is a local doctor returning home, bringing his expertise in primary care, a passion for prevention, and a commitment to lasting relationships with patients. Call 800-424-DOCS for an appointment. That's 800-424-DOCS or visit haywoodmedicalgroup.com.
Did you know you can now use your body's own healing properties to revitalize your achy joints and get real lasting pain relief? I'm talking about advanced regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics. If you're tired of arthritic pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulder, this is something you need to check out. Everybody's talking about regenerative medicine, and the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics are experts in these amazing treatments. People here rave about the results. You can enhance your joints, improve mobility, and get back to doing the stuff you love without pain and without drugs or surgery or downtime. Under the leadership of Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting breakthrough using cellular therapies. They've got tens of thousands of satisfied patients, and the consultation is totally free. So call now. Take action to get lasting joint pain relief with help from QC Kinetics. Call 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
With 2 convenient locations, Singleton's Automotive will keep your vehicle on the road. Singleton's offers routine maintenance, BG services, tires, inspections, alignments, and more in their family-owned shops. Singleton's Automotive is hiring technicians for both locations. Receive competitive pay and benefits depending on experience. Visit singletonsautomotive.com. That's singletonsautomotive.com. Car care with character.
Hi, this is Pepia Sabo, and I'm running for Asheville City Schools Board of Education in the November 5th general election. Have your voice heard on Election Day this November? Make sure you're registered to vote today. Your vote counts.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at ClarissaSellsWNC.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or ClarissaSellsWNC@gmail.com.
You know that sound means it's time for the bangers. Appalachian State, 1.5-point favorite at East Carolina. You know I love the fighting Mike Houston's my former coach, Mike Houston. They're 2-0. They're good. But Appalachian State's undervalued. They got beat by 46 last week by Clemson, and it is making people go out of their minds. This line is dumb. Give me App State minus the 1.5. Indiana is a 3-point favorite at UCLA. You could tell me that this was the Indiana State Culinary Institute. You could tell me that this was the all-star team of the Indiana Board of Corrections. I would take them against UCLA because UCLA sucks. 3 is stupid. Give me the Hoosiers, and they win by a lot. Central Florida's a 1-point favorite at TCU. I do not know what TCU has to do to make people understand that this is not the Max Duggan TCU. I have a weird feeling that Gus Malzahn and his group of new little toys are about to do that and do it large. Central Florida, minus the 1. We got to get some dogs.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
It's not just a dog, it's a road dog. Arizona's a 7-point dog at Kansas State. I get it. Kansas State has a really good young quarterback that everybody seems to be up and at him about. But I get Noah Fafita and I get Titaroa McMillan. And you haven't really proven to me that you can actually stop anybody. If it hadn't been for a couple bad turnovers, you could have lost to Tulane, who you'll hear a little more about at the end of the next hour. I'm taking Arizona plus the 7. I am not bold enough to say they went outright, but I kind of think they do. And then finally, Coach Prime in Colorado is a 7-point favorite at Colorado State. Do you not learn? Did we not do this last year? When Jay Norvell embarrassed you, guess what? He's fixing to do it again with a team that's not even as good. I think Colorado squeaks out a win, but they ain't covering 7. Give me the Rams at Colorado State plus the 7 against Coach Prime and the disappointing Water Buffaloes.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. It gets another embarrassing moment week after week, it feels like. Did you see the Shador talking smack before the Nebraska game, telling them they were going to roll them at the coin toss?
Oh, they rolled them.
Good luck.
They rolled them on the floor while they were laughing at Colorado.
Maybe you should focus on more than the trash talk. How about that?
It's a joke. It has become a joke where the punchline got stale like a year ago. And it happens again.
Yep. Best games to see this week. That's the Daily Draft coming up right now on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Damp weather continues into the afternoon and even for the upcoming weekend, but I'm going to promise you this. There'll be plenty of hours of dry weather. The better rain chances Saturday than Sunday for the weekend. And a few showers around this afternoon, maybe a thunder shower, 75. Tonight we'll see a shower thunderstorm threat. We'll drop back to 63. And a little breezy tomorrow with a few showers, maybe a storm, 75. Sunday, small chance of showers, 75. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
Some have said that rallying middle schoolers is a lot like herding cats. To the moms and dads out there who control the chaos and make herding cats look more like corralling kittens, we at Ingalls tip our hats. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
The Sportsocracy.
One thing that you're going to have to remember, one most important factor, is to protect your quarterback, me.
Asheville Smiles has been featured in national publications like Good Housekeeping and Woman's Day. And check out this 5-star Google review. My dental experience was wonderful. I cannot say enough about Dr. Merrill and her amazing team at Asheville Smiles Cosmetic and Family Dentistry. Dr. Merrill took time to explain everything. She made me feel relaxed and confident that I was in good hands. I apologize for those tears at your office. Those were tears of joy. Thank you all so much, and thank you, Dr. Merrill, for the hope to get my smile back. Check out Asheville Smiles online at AshevilleSmiles.com.
Don't miss iHeart Asheville's Show Love Fest, presented by HCA Healthcare and Mission Health. A day of gratitude for good health and healthcare workers. Saturday, September 14th at Center Park in Asheville from 12 to 4. Bring your lawn chairs. Details at ShowLoveFest.com.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. The Sportsocracy heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app, seen everywhere on YouTube. Every
Football Friday.
Making all the.
I was supposed to do that in impersonation. Football Friday.
Christopher Walken coming in on the program today. Yes, it is a Football Friday, continuing to roll through all of the NFL games, picking the games by the spread. We'll do more analysis of that coming up, but it is, of course, time for us to do our daily draft, brought to you by Dale's Pale Ale. Where are you going to go? Where the places that you're not going to go? Because we'll be at the game of the week, or at least for College Game Day at ESPN. South Carolina and LSU down on the Living the Dream tour, brought to you by Ingalls Supermarkets, Parks Ford of Hendersonville, Dale's Pale Ale, and Clarissa Sells, WNC.com. So South Carolina, LSU off the board.
I mean, you're also off the board. Carolina Panthers, Los Angeles Chargers, because we'll be at that game too.
Yeah, we can't do that one. I mean, as much as you would love to be there for the bloodbath, dare I quote the president.
That was going to be like Bryce Young and be my number one pick.
That's low.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
Too soon. Oh,
shoot. All
right, first pick of where are you going to go this weekend? Me or you? You going to give it to me this time, or you want to take it?
You go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you did that, because there is one game far and away that I want to go to.
I have a funny feeling I know what game this is.
Well, it's in the NFL, and it's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs.
That is not the one I thought.
That's not the one you thought?
That is not what I thought you were going
to say. Really? This is one of those games that Joe Burr seems to have that number, at least in the regular season, I guess. And I think, I don't know how this game is going to go. I don't know what we're going to see. Is T. Higgins going to play? He's still listed as doubtful. We'll talk about all of that in the, when we're making our actual picks for the game. But is this game a blowout?
It could be. It could
be. Do you expect it to be?
No.
No. And it's in one of the best places in the NFL to see a game. Bucket list atmosphere for Arrowhead Stadium. Maybe we should put that on the list next year. Somehow make it out to Kansas City. We'll have to fly for that. I don't want to drive.
Who said it's not on the list?
Okay. Interesting. Interesting thought.
Yeah, for those of you that are like, hey, why do you not put out the full schedule? Because it changes a lot.
It's changing week to week. What's the best
matchup? This week's game has changed 3 times.
Yes.
So that's why. However, we will have sweet shirts from Mountain Graphics that detail all the places we went and say "Living the Dream" on the front. Can't have those made until we know all the places we're going to go.
I expect this to be a close game down to the end. Kansas City doesn't often blow teams out. They like to keep things competitive, apparently. That's what keeps the crowd in it, you know. I think it'll be a great game. Once again, storybook, somehow. This is going to be one that you won't want to miss.
I figured the game you were taking was the game that I'm taking, number 1 here, which is Buccaneers-Lions.
Okay.
That is, as we sit, 2 contenders in the NFC.
Yes.
And you get the electricity of Ford Field. I was very sure that was where you were going to start with.
No, because that's not going to go my way. I wouldn't want to be there because I know how this is going to end up. Last year, I think Tampa is better. At this point, Tampa is better than the team that got beat 20-6 by Detroit last year. But the problems still exist. It's the same old Todd Bowles defense, and it's the same old Detroit Lions offense with Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown eating up the middle of the field. It's going to be a 2-score game. Can you score more points against them this year? Maybe. Will it be 20-6? I don't think so, but I don't think the margin's going to be that much different. It would be cool to see Detroit, but not against my team, because I'll be sad coming out of there. And I don't want to be sad. So your second choice?
Deciding between 2, and I feel very sure it's, you know what? Sunday Night Football, Chicago Bears, Houston Texans. We have actually already seen this team play once. These were the 2 combatants in the Hall of Fame game when we were in Canton, Ohio. I am intrigued by this game a lot because I feel like coming out of week 1, both of them kind of had a little bit of air pulled out of their sails. The Bears, because you scored exactly 0 points on offense and Caleb Williams threw for 93 yards. The Texans, because you did struggle with the Colts. And I'm interested to see which one bounces back. I know who I think it is, and it's the team that's at home. But I'm very intrigued to see that Bears defense against a legit contender offense. And that's what I think the Texans are. I also want to know what the Bears offense looks like against that defense.
I don't have much hopes for this being a great game. I really don't. Something about it just seems to me like Houston. This is a Houston beatdown. That defense toying with Caleb Williams, and I don't know if I believe that Chicago can flex defensively against Houston. No, I'm not saying this is a bad pick. It was definitely on my list, but no, I am kind of surprised you took this game over the Saints and the Cowboys.
If you gave me free tickets, I don't.
Why?
Because I don't think either one of those teams are any good.
Really?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I don't know what it is I'm supposed to glean out of this unless somebody gets blown out. And stylistically, I don't really like how either one of these teams play. Look, Saints fans, you want to be excited about what happened week 1? More power to you. It changed literally less than nothing to me. Cowboys, that was impressive. Am I going to be shocked if they come in here this week and get beat by the Saints? No. I don't think they're going to, but I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't either, and that's part of my calculation for wanting to be at this game, because it could be last person to have the ball wins. I doubt it, but there's a real chance of it.
I vehemently doubt it.
This ends up being that game that at the end of the 1 o'clock slate, everybody's focusing on this game because this is the one that's going to be within reach.
In the 4 o'clock slate, I care more about literally every game that's on than this one, except Steelers-Broncos.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I'm going Rams-Cardinals.
Oh. Okay, that one's actually, after I thought about that, that's not that bad.
I was
that's
going to
better
say,
than the other one.
we just talked about how close this game could be.
I think you worry more about close.
Of course I do, because if I'm at the game, I want it to be interesting.
I worry more about good. I would rather see a 2-score good game than a gross fest that's close.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I look who I'm talking to. You are the guy that would go, hey, I can get into that game for $4.
No doubt.
Sweet.
No doubt.
7-6. That barn burner defense, baby, is good. I like it defense.
7-6.
Or neither one of these teams could score in a cat house.
Or I can go watch the Houston Texans beat the Chicago Bears by 30. Because to me, that's in the realm of possibilities.
Anything you want, they don't beat the Bears by 30. Anything you want. Anything you want. That game's way closer than you think.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That game's way closer than you think.
If it's within 10, I'm shocked.
Well, line 6.5, and a shocking amount of money is on the Bears.
Okay.
First of all, it's really hard to beat a team in the NFL by 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the
Panthers.
He said it, not me. I coughed. I didn't say anything.
Yeah,
but it's certainly not. I don't think Houston could score 30 points on that defense, to be really honest with you.
Really? Okay. All right.
You left me two that just fell right in my lap.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually debating taking this one the last time. Falcons-Eagles. I get to see what is left of Kirk Cousins. Does he rebound in any way? Do you remember the last time he played in this stadium? It didn't go so well. That was that primetime game where I think he got picked off 11 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that to be infinitely more interesting than Saints-Cowboys.
Good Lord. I could not disagree with you more.
And I don't really understand why. Because you agree with me that neither of the other two are any good.
What do you mean?
The Saints and the Cowboys, you and I have talked about this all week long. We don't think either one of those teams is
good. Yeah, but I don't
good.
think this is a good game. And I don't think I'm going to learn anything about this game.
Oh, for me?
Because to me it's Philadelphia far and away, and if Atlanta does anything, I'll be shocked.
Philadelphia ain't beating anybody far and away.
Mm-hmm.
That team was completely bumfuzzled in Brazil. I don't think they're blowing anybody out.
Okay.
And I think that's what makes this more interesting to me.
Okay.
The Eagles are better talent-wise than any of the four teams we just said here. And I'm not sure the Falcons aren't second on this list.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't have a quarterback. So I get broken quarterback on one side. What does this team look like in week 2 on the other side? I think both of those teams are more interesting than the Cowboys and Saints multiplied by each other.
Agree to disagree.
I've never seen two teams win 2 games in week 1 that has made people crazier than the Saints and the Cowboys. If you are just take the journey with me.
Mm-hmm.
If I had told you, looking at this slate before week 1, that Saints Cowboys would even be on the list, you would have asked me if I was smoking crack.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell changed? The Saints beat a borderline college team, and the Cowboys beat a team that couldn't score. Oh, by the way, they couldn't score. They ran a kickback and had 2 short fields. That's what it took for them to score. Saints Cowboys could be 10-7, and it wouldn't shock me in the least. And I can't wait to sit back down here Monday and go, remember I tried to tell you after you watch that eye diarrhea of 3 hours of Cowboys Saints, you enjoy that. We have a television in our suite at Bank of America. I'll bet you it never hit Saints Cowboys. Once. You might see one highlight of a touchdown. Outside of that, no shot.
Really?
And look, I've wanted to say this the entire time. This has made Saint fans, some of them, not all, it has made them crazy. You answered exactly 0 questions that I had going into this year. But we scored 47 points. How many teams in the NFL wouldn't have scored 47 points last week?
Mm-hmm.
You had a quarterback that I barely thought actually knew the playbook. This is not something to jump up and down about. I don't get it. We do this every year, and it angers me every single year. We overreact like mad to what happens in week 1. And I turn like a cruise ship.
Yeah.
I mean, I analyzed these teams for 7 months before this season started. 1 60-minute game ain't changing my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't care what you did.
2 teams that combined for 80 points in their week 1 games. That's what everybody's focusing on. This could be a shootout game. And I don't disagree.
First of all, they combined for 74 points. 27 and 47 is 74.
The Saints scored 47. And the Cowboys scored
27.
I thought they had
27
33.
to 3.
Oh. I was thinking it was 33-6 was the final score.
27 to 3. One of them was a kick return, and there were a slew of field goals.
It was 33-17. That was the final score of their game last week. The Cowboys and the Browns.
They must have scored after I stopped paying.
Was 33-17.
I would have sworn that game was 27 to 3.
I thought I did my math right on that. I thought we were gelling there for a second.
Late. I would have bet my life that game was 27 to 3.
No.
I guess I just went full Mandela effect.
You did. You tapped out on that game a little early. That's what we're looking at, though. 2 teams that scored a combined 80 points. Is the defense that good for either one of them? I think they're both overrated. I think the defense for Dallas is overrated less than the New Orleans defense. And I think this could be an exciting one. That's why it was on my list. Atlanta and Philadelphia does not interest me.
And see, to me, that's insane. That's absolutely. This is the team that you and I universally said was going to win the NFC South.
Not anymore.
In 1 week. Yeah. That's insanity. You get that, right?
You can call it insanity if you want to.
Because I can't say what I want to call it because it starts with an
The only
F.
reason I believed in this team in the first place was because of Kirk Cousins. If Kirk Cousins can't play, then I'm done. I'm out.
That's legitimately the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I don't understand why. The quarterback's the most important part of the team.
He wasn't in my top 5.
Yikes.
Of the Atlanta Falcons. It was all the defense. You're in a god-awful division. You actually have weapons in a division that doesn't have many. You actually thought Kirk Cousins was coming back off an Achilles and going to be top 10 Kirk? I'm not surprised by this in the least. Now, did I expect him to turn it over, 3 times and have another 4th fumble? No. Mm-hmm. But I'm not just all of a sudden, it's Tampa Bay and it's the Saints and hell, they might be as bad as the Panthers, which is what I'm hearing. It's insanity. It's lunatic.
Nobody said they were Panthers bad.
It happens every year. And people are wrong every year. This is the reason that futures markets go so bonkers in the week after the first week because you see one game and go, that's what they are. No, it's not. And I'll be 100% honest with you. I won't be shocked if Atlanta goes to Philadelphia and beats them.
Oh, I will.
Wouldn't shock me in the least.
Oh, that feels like that should be our torture ticket of the week.
I didn't say I was picking it. I said I wouldn't be shocked.
All right, okay, my bad. All right. I was just saying. All right, so you've got another pick.
This is more location than it is anything. Alabama, Wisconsin at Camp Randall.
Mm-hmm.
It's one I don't get to see very often. It's a very good stadium to see a game. I don't think it's going to be even kind of close. But it'll be electric pregame.
Yes.
And maybe electric in the first quarter before Alabama goes. Bloop, bloop.
All right, we'll take a break here in the Sportsocracy. ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. Where are you going to go this football weekend? This draft's been pretty spicy. Brought to you by Dale's Pale Ale. We'll be right back.
Did you know you can now use your body's own healing properties to revitalize your achy joints and get real lasting pain relief? I'm talking about advanced regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics. If you're tired of arthritic pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulder, this is something you need to check out. Everybody's talking about regenerative medicine, and the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics are experts in these amazing treatments. People here rave about the results. You can enhance your joints, improve mobility, and get back to doing the stuff you love without pain and without drugs or surgery or downtime. Under the leadership of Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting breakthrough using cellular therapies. They've got tens of thousands of satisfied patients, and the consultation is totally free. So call now. Take action to get lasting joint pain relief with help from QC Kinetics. Call 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
Hey Asheville, the App State Mountaineers are taking on the UNC Asheville Bulldogs on November 14th for a night of hoops at the ExploreAsheville.com arena. Tickets are on sale now and include courtside lounge, reserved seats, and general admission. Visit HarrisCherokeeCenterAsheville.com.
Don't miss iHeart Asheville's Show Love Fest, presented by HCA Healthcare and Mission Health. A day of gratitude for good health and healthcare workers. Saturday, September 14th at Center Park in Asheville from 12 to 4. Bring your lawn chairs. Details at showlovefest.com.
Hey, Dr. Lori Santos here. I'm using my voice to support iHeart's mental health and addiction recovery campaign in partnership with Mobilize Recovery. We've all been touched by addiction or mental health challenges, and these often overlap. Nearly 9 million people have a co-occurring disorder, and almost 60% receive no treatment at all. Together, we can fight stigma by normalizing the conversation and even saving lives. If more people feel comfortable asking for help, recovery is possible. Learn more and lend your support at iHeartRecoveryMonth.com.
This summer, Dale's Pale Ale salutes freedom. Freedom in fabric, or the fabric of freedom. Denim Dale's available for a limited time in the blue jean box. Dale's salutes everyone who works hard, plays hard, and relaxes hard. Life's more than about what you pack in your denim. Though we're packing beer, so we win. Seize the Dales. Unwind in style with a cool breeze up the jorts. Just look for the beer in the blue jean box.
It's time to kick off the perfect tailgate and take your team to Ingles. Chips and guac made fresh in store every day. The best meat in town packaged fresh every day. And smiling faces giving you their best every day. Let's be real. In the South, football season is our favorite season of the year. There's a lot to smile about, especially with deals like these. Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at ClarissaSellsWNC.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or ClarissaSellsWNC@gmail.com.
The Sportsocracy.
That is some good, clean family fun there, eh, Cot?
We're back in the Sportsocracy. Daily Draft brought to you by Dale's Pale Ale. Where are you going to go this weekend if you're not going anywhere? We couldn't take the game of the week, which was South Carolina LSU, which we will be at tomorrow morning, bright and early, in the parking lot of Williams-Brice Stadium, hanging out with all the Gamecock fans.
Coolers are loaded up. Beers are on ice. We're ready to rock.
We are ready to rock. Thanks to Ingles Markets, Dale's Pale Ale, Parks Ford of Hendersonville, and Clarissa Sells, WNC.com. You can follow our adventures on all of the social medias. Each and every weekend we are on the road. Okay, so it's my selection. You went Bama, Wisconsin for your last game. So far, I got Cincinnati, Kansas City, Dallas and New Orleans, and the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. Jeremy's got Tampa and Detroit, Houston and Chicago, Atlanta and Philly, and Bama, Wisconsin. I feel pretty good about where I stand here.
You have a game that I will watch a second of.
And you have 4 games that are all going to be blowouts in my mind.
One of them is, and I clarified that. Alabama's going to shellac Wisconsin.
Next, where are you going to go this weekend? You know what? I'm going tonight. Tonight's college football matchup. Arizona, Kansas State.
It's not a bad one.
At Kansas State, Titaroa McMillan on display once again. It's hard not to watch his games and watch his tape and not you have to see it. Anybody with an IQ above salad dressing knows that this guy is a thing. And it'll be on a national stage tonight. They're in Manhattan. So Arizona, Kansas State, and then I think I'm going Florida State and Memphis after that.
God. I have never walked away from one of your drafts and gone, did he bet against himself? Memphis, Florida State could be played in my backyard and I'd move.
Why?
First of all, they're two teams that don't throw.
Mm-hmm.
That may be the shortest game in NCAA history.
Oh, I think they're going to beat you. I think they're going to beat you, and I think it's going to be exciting.
I'm picking this game at the end of the hour.
Mm-hmm.
But I am a fan of one of those teams, and I'll pass.
You will pass.
I will pass.
All right, give it to me. What you got next?
I'm shocked you didn't take Boston College, Missouri before you
thought about it, but
before
I think
you took Florida State, Memphis.
No, because there again, I think you're taking another blowout.
I don't.
I said it earlier when Officer Muse was in here. This could be the game that you go, oh yeah, that's how much better the SEC is than the ACC. That was a top 25 matchup that came in with a lot of hope, and it didn't end the way that the ACC wanted yet again.
Yeah, you're worried way too much about conferences. That Boston College team is legit. And they have one of the best offensive lines in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Now's where it gets hard. Because now I'm to the point of, can I take a tennis match or something?
Can I take a tennis match?
Because the rest of this is just terrible. Is there another game you're even halfway excited about?
Not really.
Every time I go to say words, I catch myself and go, you can't say that out loud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cheat. West Virginia, Pittsburgh. It's backyard
Good for
brawl.
you.
It's backyard brawl. I have an emotional attachment. Everything else sucks.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep.
Gives me a reason to go, country roads to the place I belong.
Yeah. Good for you. No, there's not another game I'm interested in. My final selection is not a football game. It's UFC 306 in the Sphere.
God.
You're crazy. You're out of your mind if you wouldn't want to go see that. It is going to be one of the coolest spectacles you've ever seen. I can't wait to see what the inside of that Sphere looks like. The visuals of that is going to be phenomenal. Not to mention I get to see Sean O'Malley defend his title.
UFC
You
has
aired.
completely lost my interest.
I don't understand why.
Because you don't have all right, who's the star that actually resonates? I
the
love
star
the
that
sport.
actually resonates. What do you mean?
The star that transcends just being a fighter.
You don't have one.
Exactly.
Do you need one?
Absolutely, you do.
Okay.
Conor McGregor, that was popular.
Okay.
George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva. I could do this for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
And now you don't have one. UFC made a grave mistake, and they lost a lot of it. Look, I ain't hurting them at all, and I love Dana White.
Mm.
But you have hit a lull here where I need somebody to take a star turn. This is feeling like mid-90s WWF, where you got a lot of dudes, but there's way too many Doink the Clowns and not enough Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austins.
Sean O'Malley is hell on wheels, and if you don't see it, I don't know how to explain it to you. He is phenomenal. And tonight, facing Merab Dvalishvili, or however you say his name, tomorrow night, the theatrics are going to be phenomenal. Eat and sleep football. Was that him that said, oh, no, it's Gambit fan. Falling for the gimmick tank when the fights are no good.
I
disagree.
Card's fine.
I disagree. There are going to be two great fights. during that UFC 306. Both of the main events are going to be good.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, it's a lot of nameless faces.
It's a lot of nameless faces. Mm-mm-mm. There's a great chance that that's going to be better than any game you picked. My opinion, so.
You could have told me you were going to see Cats on Broadway, and I don't think I would have judged you any less or any more.
Just sometimes you see things differently, and I guess that's the joys of
What's funny
having
is
this
that I
little
got
program.
you into UFC.
You
They
did?
completely ran me out of the sport with about 11 bad cards in a row.
Yep.
I watched every UFC pay-per-view for 10 years.
A long time.
And you give me enough grumpers in a row, and I'm out.
Yep.
I'm out.
Yep.
And now it's football season.
And
I'll
now
watch
they've driven
I'll
you
watch
away.
a bad college football game over a good UFC pay-per-view.
Yep. Now you're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We still got some games to pick. We got bangers coming up at the end of the hour. You're in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville and heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Damp weather continues into the afternoon and even for the upcoming weekend, but I'm going to promise you this. There'll be plenty of hours of dry weather. The better rain chances Saturday than Sunday for the weekend. And a few showers around this afternoon, maybe a thunder shower, 75. Tonight we'll see a shower thunderstorm threat. We'll drop back to 63. And a little breezy tomorrow with a few showers, maybe a storm, 75. Sunday, small chance of showers, 75. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Summit Dental gives you dental visits without the anxiety. Hey, it's Mark Starling from First News on 570, and that's what they did for me. You know, your comfort is their priority, and they do all they can to put you at ease and personalize that experience. Summit Dental's complimentary comfort menu includes items like aromatherapy, heated neck wraps, and blankets. Dr. Reinhardt and his staff make your dental experience comfortable and one that you understand, moving at your pace and letting you know what they're doing before they do it. Learn more about why Summit Dental is 5-star rated on Google.
This is Chuck Edwards, and I'm running for Congress in the November 5th general election. Have your voice be heard. Make sure to get out and register to vote today. Your vote counts.
This has been a public service announcement from iHeartMedia Asheville.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. Type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. This is JW with Parks Fort Hendersonville, and I'm so excited to introduce our first Parks Promise community hero, the American Red Cross of Western North Carolina. The need for blood is so important, and in the summer months, the need is even greater. Did you know that you can donate every 56 days? Save lives this summer. Head to redcross.org to schedule an appointment or find a blood drive near you. Congratulations to the American Red Cross, our Parks Promise community hero.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
The Sportsocracy.
What are you people? On dope?
We are back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Couple of games left to analyze here for week 2 of the NFL. Saving the best for last. Kansas City Chiefs, Cincinnati Bengals, 4:25 start at Arrowhead Stadium. Joe Burrow, will he have his full complement of weapons this week? T. Higgins listed as doubtful right now. Are we going to see him on the field this week, you think, or no?
T. Higgins, I doubt it.
No. And does that?
That story's weird. The fact that you've got Bengal fans on message boards saying he's faking this to the point of he had to come out and address that, which is odd.
Well, you have to address it. I mean, if it's that big of a narrative, you know the reporters are going to ask about it.
Well, I guess that's my point, is that it became such a narrative. And I don't really understand why.
I mean, the thought there obviously is that they want their contract.
Shut down.
Right, he wants his contract. That's where their heads
He's
are
not
at.
going to get a deal. We already know that.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you sit now? If any team found that out, your money goes in the tank.
No doubt about it.
I don't understand what fans think sometimes. Of that T. Higgins is just going, do I want to play this week? I don't really want to play this week. Like, I mean, you think he's going to get big money playing 5 games this year for the Bengals?
Right. Is that as big of a distraction, though, as some are making it out to be? Does the team even care, is the question. Are any of his teammates asking this question?
I doubt it.
That's where I'm at. I would highly doubt it. So I don't feel like this is a cancerous thing.
I don't either.
In that locker room.
It's bizarre.
It's just bad that you're not going to have him out there because you need him against Kansas City, I think. This is kind of part of me blind believing that Joe Burrow kicks it up a notch when the lights are the brightest. We've talked about this time and time with him. It's a 4:25 game on the road, toughest place to play against Pat Mahomes. You have to step up and show that you're better, and he often has against Pat Mahomes in the regular season.
Do you think this is a high-scoring game?
High scoring as in like a 30s shootout?
Does it beat the over-under?
What is
48.
The number? 48? No.
I agree with you.
I think it'll be close.
I don't.
You think this is like a 17-10, 17-21? Yeah.
I think this is a 20-17 game. I'm taking the Bengals plus the 6.
Okay.
I don't like – I mean, you're giving up an amount of points here that doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I get it. Cincinnati's not been awesome in September. They were terrible last week. This is still a really good, really talented team.
It is. Are the Chiefs is the Chiefs defense better than the Patriots defense?
Yes.
This is where my head's at.
It's close.
You weren't good last week against that defense. Now you're facing a better defense, and you're going to be missing that weapon. I still think this is going to be a close game.
Well, you were missing the weapon last week.
I get it, and it hurt you.
Yeah, it's you at times go way too much transitional property of they were bad this week, which means they'll be bad this week. I don't buy that.
Mm-hmm.
I think getting your brain bashed in by the New England Patriots is enough for boys.
What do we do?
Because I think they looked past New England. I'll just go ahead and tell you. Here's exactly what I think happened last week. Cincinnati believed their own press clippings of Joe's back, and bleach blonde Joe's going to come in here and be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and they've got little Jacoby Brissett and a god-awful line. We will get after him because we put our pants on the right way. And New England came out and went, not today, you won't.
Mm-hmm.
And they punched you in the face, and Cincinnati didn't know how to respond. Does that have jack squat to do with this week? No. Not one iota.
Really?
It happens every single year. I don't know that Cincinnati can beat Kansas City in Kansas City as they are currently constituted. I really get remiss about that when they're not at full strength, because now you're counting on a bunch of guys that I don't believe Joe Burrow has the greatest of rapports with. Andrea Yoshivas, yes, I know how to say his name. He's changed how to say it like 7 times.
Yosivas, isn't it?
Yoshivas.
I think there's a sh on the end of it. Yosivas. I don't know. Maybe.
I went from the pronunciation guide.
I
saw Yoshi, and I went, hey, I know Yoshi.
Hey, Yoshi.
I used to ride him playing Mario.
I got Kansas City minus the 6.
6 is just too many points.
I get
That's
it.
too many points.
I
to
get
give up
Gambit
against a good
fan
team.
says these are always close games. I said it earlier. Kansas City never blows anybody out. But I don't know. I don't like the way that this stacks up for the Cincinnati Bengals. Still hurt, reeling off that win. Maybe you're better prepared, but you're going up against the buzzsaw. Now, the Sunday night game. Chicago Bears, Houston Texans. That's a 6.5 point spread. You picked this game as one of your games to go see this weekend. Mm-hmm. So you think this is going to be a close game?
Absolutely. I think this is going to be a close game.
Okay.
The Houston Texans just played with the Indianapolis Colts, who I don't like any of your weapons with Josh Downs hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Your running game was fine, and you just lost your second best corner for the year. Yeah, I think the Bears can keep this close. By the way, I wanted to point this out. I never felt a good time to put it in.
Uh-huh.
Cincinnati last year got shellacked by Cleveland in the opener.
Yeah.
Do you remember what they did in the second game of the season?
No.
They played the Baltimore Ravens and lost 27-24.
Mm-hmm.
They got beat 24-3 the week before. I've already seen you do this. For anybody that's wanting to lay heavy money either way, I don't recommend giving heavyweight to Cincinnati, Kansas City, but 6 points is plumb disrespectful because that means Kansas City would be a favorite in Cincinnati, and that is – and I'm talking a full field goal favorite in Cincinnati, and that is lunacy. Anyway, I believe in Houston a great deal. They like playing with their food way more than they should. Do I think Chicago is going to step up and be competent offensively? Probably. I don't think you're going to have another 93 passing yard week. But it's the defense that's really interesting to me. I've seen good defenses make C.J. Stroud look mortal. The Jets did it last year, and I kind of think Chicago's going to do it here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe this is going to be a high-scoring game. I don't really want pieces of this game. If I had to have one, it would probably be Tank Dell. I think he's the one I would be after. But to me, this is a good old-fashioned 90s football game where you've got an actual quarterback against a young guy, and you've got two defenses that can punch you in the mouth and rush quarterbacks, and I think there'll be several turnovers. It may not be aesthetically beautiful, but I think it's going to be a hard-hitting game.
Yeah.
And that's in a week like this, that's pretty high on my list.
Mm-hmm. I'm on Houston Texans minus the 6.5. Are you taking Chicago plus the 6.5?
I hate games like this because I feel like everything is telling me to take Chicago, but I'm going to take Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I think Houston wins by a full touchdown, but it's late.
Yep.
I could easily see this game being tied late. Houston goes down, scores a touchdown, and Caleb Williams just can't match it.
All right, and then the Monday Night Football game. Atlanta Falcons, Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles at home after playing in Brazil last week, where, yes, they did not look good. No, Jalen Hurts did not play well.
Jalen Hurts looked like he didn't know which direction the offense actually was supposed to go. I told Tank this in the break. It's comical to me, the entities that you give the benefit of the doubt and the ones you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Sirianni's done nothing to earn benefit of the doubt.
No.
He's done nothing as a coach to make you think in 9 days you're going to go from what was honestly an unmitigated disaster offensively. They could do, if it didn't involve A.J. Brown or Saquon Barkley, it was just flat out bad.
Mm-hmm. Is that not enough to beat the Atlanta Falcons?
And that's where I was headed with this. I watched two teams play poorly. One of them played a team that you have high expectations of. One of them played a team you have low expectations of. Both of them have talent on defense. One of them has an elite defense. One of them has a fine. And you give the benefit of the doubt to the team that played the lesser defense. I just can't make that make sense in my head. This number is dumb. 6.5 is a dumb number. I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not understand where this blind faith in the Philadelphia Eagles comes from. How many times have we seen NFL teams hire bad coaches, and over time, that coach erodes the team? Nick Sirianni's doing that, and I don't know why 99% of people don't either seem to notice it or care. I don't know. Jalen Hurts has regressed since the minute Nick Sirianni walked in this building. The best he ever was Sirianni's first year, fact or fiction?
Fact.
Every requisite game, he's gotten worse, fact or fiction?
Fact.
Why do we think that old Jalen Hurts is just going to come trotting in the door and Philadelphia is going to win this in a walk? It doesn't make any sense to me. It makes zero sense. This should be about a field goal. If they played this game on a neutral site, I would favor Philadelphia fractionally. In Atlanta, it would be a pick 'em for me. This at 6.5 is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm Atlanta, I have the corners and the secondary to go, Saquon, buddy, you're not going to beat us. I'm going to make number one beat me, and I'm not sure he can do it.
And you think they can stop Saquon?
Defensively, I'm going to load up. I'll have the safety over the top. I've got two reasonably good safeties, and I'm going to play that double safety high. I'm going to do exactly what the Buffalo Bills did last night to Tua Tagovailoa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make you beat me because I don't think you can beat me. We may lose, but it ain't going to be because of you. Saquon is not of this world. The Green Bay Packers let Saquon Barkley beat him by themselves because Jalen Hurts did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He had a 41 QBR, and that was with a bomb to A.J. Brown and a yak god from A.J. Brown that both made him look better than he was. I think these two teams are way closer than you do.
Yep.
If I'm going down the NFC right now, I have a full belief in the Detroit Lions, and I have a full belief in the San Francisco 49ers. The Rams would be my 3, and then we get into a big yuck fest of the Eagles, the Cowboys, your Bucks, the Falcons, the Packers, the Seahawks, the Bears. And I don't know who to believe in anymore.
Yep.
Every single team I just said either looked god-awful last week or it felt a little fluky, which would be the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep. Me and Gambit fan are seeing things very similarly this week, at least when these last two games. In the YouTube chat, he says Texans by infinity, which that's kind of where I'm at. And then he also threw in the Eagles are going to slap down the Falcons. And that's kind of where I'm at as well. I have lost all faith in your offense. I had never had real questions about the defense. We know that the defense has talent. But I don't think you're strong enough to stop Saquon. And I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to play horribly again. It's not so much that I'm giving blind faith to the Eagles. It's that I have that little faith in the Atlanta Falcons as a whole. Now, they could, if they prove me wrong, I'll be willing to admit that I was wrong.
When was the last time Jalen Hurts had over a 50 QBR against a competent NFL defense?
I don't know. When was it?
You remember that game against the Buffalo Bills where Buffalo had beat Philadelphia just bloody and they came back late?
I think, yeah.
That's the only one he's had since October of last year. And he was awful for 3 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And Buffalo fell apart in the 4th. Other than that, there's a lot of 13, 39, 37, 31, and yet the Falcons are not a good enough defense to do that. I can't make that make sense. He had 2 good games towards the end of last year. It was against the New York Giants and the Arizona Cardinals. That was it.
Yep.
This dude's told you who he is. Why people don't want to hear it, I don't know.
All right,
I have absolutely no idea.
All right, so we've got 3 disagreements this week. Philadelphia and Atlanta on Monday night. Cincinnati and Kansas City on Sunday afternoon. And then the early slate between Jacksonville and Cleveland. Those are the only 3 games that we did not agree on. Are we setting the torture ticket?
Cleveland-Jacksonville.
On Cleveland-Jacksonville.
I'll take the Cleveland Browns.
All right, I'm in. That'll be our torture ticket of the week. You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We got some dogs coming up in the bangers next.
Haywood Community College offers over 30 programs of study to obtain your associate's degree or specialized certification. We can help you find the perfect program to pursue your educational journey while staying local, offering small class sizes with flexible classroom delivery options and transferable degrees and credits to numerous North Carolina universities. There's no telling where HCC could lead you. Save time and money by staying local. Visit haywood.edu for more information and to begin the registration process. And go Mounties!
Saturday, September 28th, the Barn at Paint Fork presents the Artemis Pyle Band. Advanced ticket and VIP party deck experience tickets available at barnpf.com. Come experience the legendary Artemis Pyle Band. The Barn at Paint Fork, located just 18 miles north of Charlotte Street exit in Asheville. For tickets and directions, check out barnpf.com.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
It's bow time. It's not just football season. It's tailgate season. And that includes every kind of football, whether it's got goalkeepers or goalposts. The kick is good! Because it doesn't matter where or how you tailgate. When you've got crispy chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits from Bojangles, your tailgate is better than great. It's legendary. Open the Bojangles app and order your tailgate box with boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, biscuits, and legendary iced tea today. It's bow time.
This summer, Dale's Pale Ale salutes freedom. Freedom in fabric, or the fabric of freedom. Denim Dale's available for a limited time in the blue jean box. Dale's salutes everyone who works hard, plays hard, and relaxes hard. Life's more than about what you pack in your dinner. Though we're packing beer, so we win. Seize the Dales. Unwind in style with a cool breeze up the jorts. Just look for the beer in the blue jean box.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Coffee store closes on me. Get them the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power. That watch costs more than your car. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
Oh, it's my favorite time every week because it's the time that I get to bring you my favorite thing to make you all the money.
Underdog, 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 underdog.
Speed of lightning, roar of thunder. Boston College is a 15.5-point dog at Missouri. You get that Missouri is they're an SEC team and they're good. I get that. I get the better coach, and I get the better quarterback. I get that you're at home. 15.5 is too much. I know it feels weird to look at Boston College and go, hey, that team's good. But they actually are. Thomas Castellanos has 6 incompletions all year and 6 touchdowns. That's pretty good. I understand it was against Florida State. It was not awesome. There's a lot of talent on that defense, and he made them look stupid. Give me Boston College plus 15.5. They lose, but they cover. The game we're at. Oh, you knew I was doing it. The South Carolina Gamecocks are a 7-point dog against LSU. I call me crazy. Maybe I'm all crazy. But I actually think South Carolina and LSU are way closer to each other than everybody else does. I don't buy into this offense. I think they were unveiled by USC, who I also don't think's that good. Columbia is going to be wild, and that home field advantage is enough for me to lay the 7. I think that defense is actually good. Give me the Gamecocks plus 7. Tulane is a 13-point dog at Oklahoma, and I actually kind of think they win. Tulane should have beaten Kansas State last week. They couldn't stop turning the ball over. That's not really a problem with Oklahoma because defensively, they are not good. I like Tulane. I like the talent. I'm not going to say they win, but 13 points is plenty enough for me. My favorite pick of the week. It's your achy breaky, no mistakey. Washington State's a 4.5-point dog at Washington. This is not Kalen DeBoer's Washington Huskies. Washington State has a quarterback that is practically impossible to bring down, and Washington is not great defensively. This is an upset waiting to happen. I'll take Washington State plus the 4.5. If you want to get real bold, take them in the money line. And finally, Florida State, my team, surely after a week of rest, they're going to get back on the right track against Memphis. But what if they don't? This Memphis team can run the ball down your throat. Kind of like Georgia Tech did, and kind of like Boston College did, and they're actually better than both. And I'm catching 6.5 points. How many times do we have to do this before you learn your lesson? I don't just think Memphis covers. I think Florida State's going to be 0-3. And Memphis is going to win and beat the Florida State Seminoles. Stars dancing on the water. Yes, I do like my money better than I like my team. And I will be the queen of Memphis when the Memphis Tigers beat Florida State.
Let's go. Yes, all the bangers for all of the winnings this weekend. The best winnings. We only have the best winnings with the DraftKings Sportsbook app. It is the place to bet touchdowns. It is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Score big with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code WPEK. That's code WPEK for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms. Big weekend in college football. Follow us on all the social medias at The Sportsocracy. for the Living the Dream Tour this weekend. South Carolina stop tomorrow. We'll see you back here on Monday at noon.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Damp weather continues into the afternoon and even for the upcoming weekend, but I'm going to promise you this. There'll be plenty of hours of dry weather. The better rain chances Saturday than Sunday for the weekend. And a few showers around this afternoon, maybe a thunder shower, 75. Tonight we'll see a shower thunderstorm threat. We'll drop back to 63. And a little breezy tomorrow with a few showers, maybe a storm, 75. Sunday, small chance of showers, 75. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell is introducing the new Cantina Chicken Menu with new Cantina Chicken Burrito, Quesadilla, Bowl, and Tacos, featuring their new slow-roasted chicken. Try the new Cantina Chicken Menu today at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Don't miss iHeart Asheville's Show Love Fest, presented by HCA Healthcare and Mission Health. A day of gratitude for good health and healthcare workers. Saturday, September 14th at Center Park in Asheville from 12 to 4. Bring your lawn chairs. Details at showlovefest.com.
Saturday, September 21st, it's the French Broad 10-mile relay presented by the Webb family. All the fun gets started at 10 a.m. on the out and back course along the greenway of the French Broad River. You can compete in teams of 5. Prizes given out for the top male, female, co-ed, and masters teams. And all the proceeds benefit RiverLink. Come on out and celebrate the women who saved the French Broad River. For more information and to get signed up, go to justrunning.com, jusrunning.com. Proudly sponsored by iHeartMedia, Asheville.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.
I think that there's going to